50309 Jennifer's Body. Nailed it, right?
Yeah.
I know.
This movie actually did to 8675309 kind of what Clockwork Orange did for Singing in the Rain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, where it's just like, oh, I feel gross about that song now.
Dude, that's how people know that they're listening to a sophisticated podcast. It's like 20 seconds in, Kubrick joke.
Yeah,
Kubrick. We're highbrow.
That's us.
We have college degrees.
I have 3 monocles right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They look extremely impressive.
I have a monocle over my third eye. It's also nearsighted.
Welcome, Dead and Lovely listeners, to the greatest horror movie review podcast in all the known multiverse. Why? It's Dragon Langley here with your absolute best buds in all the galaxy. It is I, the one who is known only as Uncle Bran. It's me, Uncle Ben.
And me, Holly Weird Storv.
Holy word. That just sounds like Hollywood Steve with a Russian accent, I think.
Yeah. Hollywood Steve, Uncle Ben, here to blow your minds.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. I'd like to remind you guys at the front of the episode, rate and review on iTunes. I always say it at the end of the show. I'm sneaking it in early this time.
It's
super
pretty
early.
much, I think, our catchphrase.
Yeah, rate and review on iTunes.
Rate and review on iTunes.
Really, it helps a lot. Seriously. If you haven't, you really goddamn need to do it. So yeah,
look at all those other bustas out there with fewer ratings and reviews than us.
Yeah, right.
Think about them.
I know. Mm-hmm. How you doing this week, Hollywood Steve?
Man, I've had a good week. Strangely enough, my week has been good because my wife had surgery.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, my wife had to have surgery because she had a polyp in one of her sinuses, and she also has a deviated septum. So they were like, "Well, while we're in there,
man,
we
that
should
reminds
fix
me.
it."
Sorry, I gotta go start writing the EP for my death metal band, Deviated Septum.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We are Deviated Septum.
Yeah. We'll definitely be opening for
Dad.
Dead Dad and Deviated Septum are doing a tour. Orphan Maker is on select dates.
Orphan Maker.
So she had herself a surgery.
Yeah, she did. It wasn't too invasive or anything.
Okay.
They didn't have to cut her open.
Whoa, look out.
Yeah. But she is off from work because of the surgery. She's got some vacation time she's using, and she also set up her surgery to be around spring break at school. So she is just off completely.
P.S. Really cool that in America they're like, oh, you have a necessary medical procedure? Yeah, you should take that out of your time that you're not working. Your vacation.
Exactly.
Take it out of that.
Take your vacation pay, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get a vacation,
sit on the couch,
but you do get to recovery for something that you have to have.
Yeah, and also the surgery will end up costing us a ton of money anyway.
For some reason, I think
even though we have good insurance.
That's the voice of America.
Hey, it's us, America.
So how's her recovery and stuff going? It's good?
It's going. I mean, the first few nights she had troubles. She wasn't sleeping well, and she was up a whole lot of the time. But she's been getting sleep. But we've been watching a lot of movies and just hanging out. So having fun with my wife.
Dude, did she get the Michael Jackson nose?
No, her nose looks no different.
Oh.
She made sure of that. She did not want her nose to look different at the end, and they were like, no, we're just widening the nostril. Nothing else. Yeah.
All right, well, that's good. What have you been watching?
Man, she has been on a British kick.
Oi, governor!
So I didn't watch all these movies with her, but
she's been watching a bit of footy, has she?
She has. She's been watching a bit of footy down at the pub. No, she watched Pride and Prejudice, which
it's Pride and Prejudice.
Great movie. The one with Keira Knightley. Really
I saw it. I recall thinking it's like, yeah, this is exactly what it needed to be.
Exactly what it is. Yeah.
You know me, I'm all about that. You know, ancient English prose.
It's not ancient.
It's ancient. It's not even in color. I got the
true.
book. The book was in black and white.
The book is in black and white. You were correct there. Yeah. She also, but after that, she watched Becoming Jane.
Yeah.
Because she was,
I don't think I've seen that.
Okay, well, it's good. I liked it.
All right, all right.
And then she's on a huge British kick, and I did watch this one with her, Death at a Funeral.
Oh, like the one with oh shit, who all's in it? I've seen both.
Dinklage,
Yeah, Peter Dingus is in it. That's what I was
Peter
looking for.
Dinklage is in both.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right.
Alan
Okay,
Tudyk,
yeah, he is.
I don't think he's in both.
No,
Matthew McFadden, a bunch of other people that you would know from sight.
he's got to be one of the only dudes who has been in both the English and American versions of a movie.
Yeah, people. There's this list of actors that British people seem to really like. Peter Dinklage is on there. Laura Linney.
Oh, they love her.
Yeah, I don't know. Like here in America, we're just like, oh, okay, Laura Linney, fine. But in England, they're like, fucking Laura Linney, mate.
Oi, is Dame Laura Linney in it?
In it, Dame Laura Linney. I'm gonna climb the apples and pears to go see this movie.
You mean stairs?
Yeah.
Apples and pears. I'm so glad we got away from them.
Yeah. We made it.
We did it.
We beat you, lobsters.
That's cool. Okay, so you've been watching those.
Yeah,
Did you watch
yeah.
both versions or just the British one?
Just the British. Actually, though, I would, because the British one was like 2007 or something.
Yeah, it was a while back. It's been a minute.
and then the remake was like 2013, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
And when the remake came out, I was like, "Why is there a remake of a movie that is in English?
It's in
that
fucking
came out
English,
a few
dude,
years
yes.
ago?" But
I
then
don't
I was
understand.
thinking, I was like, "Man, I bet the premise of the dad was secretly gay would really play well with all black characters."
Yeah.
So I actually am interested in seeing the remake now.
Run on.
It's got Tracy Morgan in it. If
Oh,
Tracy
wait.
Morgan's in something, I'm...
Hang on. I think I missed a beat here. They're doing another remake of it.
No. This is the remake of Death at a Funeral. It's all black actors.
You know what, Steve? Apparently, I have only seen the British one, and I was thinking
Yeah.
the British one was the American one.
No.
So the American one is an all-black cast.
Yeah.
I
But Peter
completely
Dinklage
did
is
not
in it.
watch that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I guess I've just seen the British one then.
Yeah. I haven't seen the remake either, but now I actually kind of want to watch it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. I've been watching old Peter Dingus and
Game of Thrones?
season
Yeah.
3. We just started season 3. We watched old Jamie. Oh, he got his hand cut off, didn't he?
Man. That
He
was
lost his
so
hand.
unexpected. I remember because
Yeah.
at that point I was watching week to week.
Right, yeah, same.
And it was just like, dude,
Oh,
what?
fuck,
That's like
dude.
right at the end of the episode. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Well, and it's kind of funny because now that we're like a million seasons into the show and you have this like kind of sympathetic relationship with Jamie as a viewer, you know, I really forgot that he was just a piece of shit for all of season
Yes.
1, all of season 2, and,
Yeah.
and even like all the scenes in season 3 where he's like traveling around with Brienne.
Right, he's
and just
an
talking
asshole
shit
to her.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's just awful. And then in season 3, once he gets that hand lopped off and he just gets fucking humbled.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Like
Yeah.
it is a really interesting way that they work that character. I can't really think of any other character in TV or movie history
Yeah.
where you're just like, this guy fucks his sister and tried to kill a kid, and then you're like,
I love
dig
that
this
guy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's really. It
Like
must
the
be like
last season basically ended with him coming up on Winterfell, and
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, this is awesome. I want Jamie to be there, but like,
Yeah.
then you think like, right, the last time he was there, he almost killed Bran.
yeah, he killed a
And-
child because he caught him fucking his
Yeah.
sister. Like tried to kill
This
a child.
is gonna be an interesting start to the season.
Yeah, it is really an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
It really is. You see anything else good?
Yeah, Weird Science.
Weird Science.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have seriously only watched that one time.
What?
Yeah, seriously.
That's a movie I saw a million times as a kid.
I think everybody else did.
Yeah.
And I watched it once at, it was one of those things where you had like a million people over and
Yeah.
we weren't really watching it. I really think I need to see it again. It's got,
Definitely the weirdest John Hughes movie.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a John Hughes flick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how does it play in 2019?
Still
is it
good.
sexist and weird?
Oh, there's some sexism to it, yeah, but it was. I mean, I think it was acknowledged even then. Like it's acknowledged in the movie. Like
Self-aware, like,
yeah, like it's Kelly LeBrock, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, she was married to Steven Seagal.
Okay. Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Well, for him, not for her.
No.
Have you seen that video of Steven Seagal in Russia where he's like lazily?
Oh, but just
perform-
kicking dudes' asses, dude.
But he's not kicking.
You ever
anyone's
seen him
ass.
shred a guitar?
Oh God.
He's like a classic guitar collector. Like he
Yeah.
probably has $8 billion worth of guitars.
Yeah. Does he have his own technique?
He's not bad. And
Okay.
actually, you know what? He kind of does.
Yeah.
He doesn't use
He's got to make everything his own.
He primarily uses his thumb.
That sounds like...
Also plays kind of lazily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he doesn't want to be there while he's doing it.
Whenever I don't have a goatee and I have my hair pulled back, I look like I could maybe be his son.
Yeah.
Because I have that like super blunt, like dumb chin.
Dumb chin.
Yeah.
You're afflicted with dumb chin.
I got the dumb chin disease real bad. Yeah. So I don't know. So the movie is still good. It holds up.
I think a lot of it was probably that I've seen it a million times, so it's beloved by me. But
John Hughes, dude, you can't
it's
lose.
a John Hughes movie, and I just think I think everything is played out in the open. I think the sexism there gets called out.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know, like Robert Downey Jr. is just a little bitty baby in it.
Oh,
like I don't know. I really love that movie. I've always loved it.
He's an iron boy.
He is. He's an iron boy at the point.
Just an iron boy.
He's like, Daddy, will I ever go to Afghanistan?
Mommy, can I go out and guilt a night?
That's what they say. And then, of course, they're like, son, we're leaving. And then the Winter Soldier kills them.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
the Marvel Misfits crossover.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been on a roll watching the British
I've seen
stuff,
so many movies.
watching
I've seen
a weird
a ton of
science,
other stuff. Yeah.
all kinds of other good stuff there,
Yeah,
man.
but what have you been up to?
So, speaking of Iron Man and the Marvel Universe,
That's the one.
I finally, as I have talked about wanting to watch it for the past several weeks, finally watched Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, yeah?
It's fucking awesome.
It is.
It's
a real
fucking
fun movie.
Great.
Yeah.
I loved it, man. It was really, really great. Like, the first one, I liked a lot. It's like, I'm a white dude. I love Paul Rudd.
Of course.
Obviously. So, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one of those where I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to watch that again.
Yeah.
But Ant-Man and the Wasp had some really great stuff, and it was
real fun.
It was really fun, really funny.
Yeah.
I loved all the like father-daughter stuff at the first, where he made like the ant cave and stuff while he was under house arrest.
That was cool.
That was awesome. And
his
then all
daughter's
the,
really funny in it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I think she's
great.
real fun. Yeah.
And all the like quantum stuff. It's like it's kind of like what you were saying. I feel like you probably watched that movie and it just seems very self-contained. But now that we're seeing what we're seeing, as far as like, of course, with the events of Infinity War, all these characters being exiled to God knows where.
Yeah.
I bet they're still around in the quantum universe.
They're not gone. Emily said it when we watched it. I was like, when he got to the quantum realm, I was like, what does that look like? And she was like, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I was like,
right. Yeah.
Like,
it's got the like almost like kaleidoscopic imagery and stuff like that.
Doctor Strange, like he's coming at it from a mystical standpoint, and then Ant-Man's coming at it from a science standpoint, and they're going to the same place.
Well, that's even something that was toyed with in one of the most maligned Marvel movies, which is Thor 2.
Yeah.
And even Thor 1, where they're like, you call it magic, I call it science.
Right, exactly.
Where it's like we're all kind of saying the same thing, just in different ways.
There is no magic in the MCU. It's all science.
Yeah, it's actually just all science and alternate realities and stuff. Yeah, so I think that's definitely going to be very, very, very important. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I really dug it, man.
Ghost is a real good villain, too, because she's not actually a villain.
Yeah, right?
And she's sympathetic the whole time. And
Definitely.
you're
Like, her life sucks.
Her life sucks, and they fix it. And so great.
Yeah, very cool. And very cool character design. And I like, too, how, like, the way that the visual effects with her worked, where you'd see, like, these shadow frames of her that were, like, ahead of where she was going to be. Where she's, like, always a little bit ahead and a little bit behind in time of herself. That's really fucking cool, man.
It was cool.
Really cool. I've also rekindled my love of playing a match of Tekken with my wife this week.
Really?
Yeah. This all started because we had like a long, boring phone conversation with family about booking like vacation dates and stuff.
Oh yeah, that is boring, right?
Yeah, and it was like a like a FaceTime call and stuff. Basically, long story short, we're booking a beach vacation. Kate and I don't give a fuck about where we're staying. Is there a beach? Is there sand? Fine.
Right.
We're good. But the rest of the family is a little bit more picky. So while we were doing this family conversation, while they were trying to decide a place to go to, we just kind of got drunk and stoned and played Tekken,
That's awesome.
So we've been playing a couple matches every now and then of Tekken 6. I've got a PS3, so I'm playing Tekken 6. Fucking love it. Did you ever get into the Tekken series?
No, never got much into
I
it.
love Foyton.
I'm not
I
big
love
on
Foyton.
I mean, we've talked about it a lot, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. I know them well from having played them a lot, but I was never huge into fighting games.
Yeah.
And now when I try to play them, like I've tried to just pick up, more recent Street Fighter games and stuff, and I can't keep up. Like even with the computer on like easy, I'm just like, this isn't how I play games.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to. I want to snipe. I want to play it. I want to play it in a completely different way than you play fighting games, which is a lot of button mashing.
You're one of those philosophical motherfuckers that likes Virtua Fighter, aren't you? One of those, huh? The thinking man's fighting game,
right.
Virtua Fighter.
Right. Virtua Fighter.
I also had myself a big-ass skank banger show the other day.
Yeah,
it was St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day skank banger show.
Skank Patrick's Day, dude.
Yeah.
And, we were kind of concerned because St. Patrick's Day this year was on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's a bad day,
It's a bad day for a big-ass show.
Where there are a lot of laws.
A band that encourages you to come out and fucking party and have a hangover the next day,
Yeah, it's going to be Monday.
But the crowd was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was a blast. And it was a totally different kind of skank banger lineup here, too, because our drummer and our bass player play together in Boogie Nights, the disco band that I play with on occasion.
Yeah.
They already had a show booked when we got this St. Patrick's show.
Oh, okay. So it was a whole different lineup.
Yeah. So we have our fill-in drummer, Chris, who is just awesome.
Right.
Awesome drummer. He was filling in, but, he's only played with us 2 or 3 times. And then I was playing bass instead of our usual bass player, Blackie Rose, since he was out. So it was just, me on bass, fill-in drummer, and all that kind of jazz. So
wait, just 3 of you?
Let's see, bass, guitar, vocals, drums, 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 3-piece plus the standard.
Okay.
And I was trying to catch all the vocal harmonies and stuff that a drummer usually does too. So it was way sick. Our homegirl, Mangelina Broly, was there representing.
She sang Sweet Child of Mine? Was that it?
She did, man. We pulled her up, and she did
awesome.
Sweet Child and just fucking killed the shit out of it.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. She looked awesome.
I wish you could have heard the pictures.
I bet.
She sounded fucking awesome, and I know you're listening. I want to get you to do Separate Ways next time. That's what you're going to rip up.
I love Separate Ways.
Who doesn't? Journey's fucking awesome.
Damn it, Journey's the best.
Journey is the best.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun whenever that happens. So be
it-
studying, Mangelina. Study
also
up.
advertise that, because if Mangelina Broly's going to be singing Separate Ways, I'm there.
Well, we got a show April 6th at the Open Court in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So
The Open Court's a cool venue, too.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Beer's
man.
not expensive.
No,
I like that.
And sound and stuff is good too. Steve, before we get deeper into our escapades here, I would like to get myself a pull. You feeling like you need a pull?
I need a pull, yeah.
Why don't we get ourselves a pull here? What do we got right here?
Man, we got a Berliner Weiss from, what is this from?
Some logo I couldn't read, that's why I handed it to you.
Yeah, this, Roger gave this to us.
The notorious RDM.
Yeah, Jackie O's is the name of it.
Run, Jackie O. That's another Misfits reference.
This is from 2016.
Oh, it's an Ode beer.
Yeah, so this has been bottle aged for a couple of years.
Wow.
And it is a Berliner Weiss, which is normally sort of a sour.
This beer is older than our show.
But even, oh shit.
That's pretty sick.
Holy crap. This beer is older than our show. It says here that this was... over the course of 3 months, this beer naturally becomes tart and full of character.
Ooh.
So it was already aged 3 months. Then a couple more years. I'm excited for this.
I'm excited to try this here. I had myself a good old Berliner Weiss the other day from the good folks at Trim Tab out of Birmingham. Who had their Knoxville debut, as I mentioned on the last episode, over at Merchants of Beer. Had one of their Berliner Weisses, and it was awesome. So I'm really excited to try this. This should be pretty easy drinking. It's a 5.2 ABV.
Yeah.
And it is from Athens, Ohio.
Yeah, and per Roger's instructions, we brought this up close to room temperature.
Been hanging out outside of the fridge. It's a nice golden color. It
Whoa.
actually is the color of like an IPA, really.
That looks nice.
Yeah, this kind of looks similar to some of those juicier IPAs that we've had here recently. Looks a little bit on the fizzy side. What's that smell like?
Ooh. It smells like a sour.
Yeah?
It's got a good sour smell to it.
I hope this is nice and good, man.
Yeah. Sours can go wrong for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do not like a vomit.
I don't like that bile thing.
Yeah.
But, whenever we were in Asheville last week, we went to, the Wicked Weed Funkatorium.
Yeah.
Which is where they do all just their sour beers and stuff there in Asheville. Have you been there?
No.
Oh,
no.
Dude. It's fucking awesome. And they have all these crazy beers and stuff. And I guess kind of their flagship is this one called the Black Angel.
Oh.
And I had that, and oh my God, it's like a dark sour that is just...
Like Dark Swan, but...
Kind of, but
similar.
less grapey.
Less grapey,
Like,
okay.
think more chocolatey and less grapey.
Okay.
But it had kind of almost like a bittersweet chocolate kind of taste to it, but nicely effervescent stuff. It was really badass. So I'm kind of like in the sour zone right now because of that.
Me
Let's
too.
find out about this thing. Again, it's a little bit cloudy. It's a little bit hazy, a little bit less clear than what I'm used to seeing out of a sour. What do you think about that? First impressions.
Oh.
It's getting good to you. Did it make your big toe shoot up in your boot?
It did. It did.
Oh, yeah, that's where it's fucking at right
Yeah.
there. Oh, my
The
God,
sourness,
that's awesome.
While it's been aging, that
Oh,
sourness
yeah.
is kind of like edged off. There's a nice sweetness to it, but it's got a good sort of citrusy sourness
Yeah,
to
it does.
Yeah.
And the first taste and then the aftertaste are completely different from each other.
The
At first
aftertaste
up
is
front-
so sweet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is at first like the taste up front is just kind of tart and sour.
Yeah.
And then the aftertaste, it's almost like it's almost like a fucking Sour Patch Kid or something.
Yeah.
Where
Oh
it's
my
sour
God.
and then it's sweet
Yes, it is. This is like a Sour Patch Kid
But-
as a delicious beer.
and made of nature and not chemicals
Yeah.
and food coloring and stuff.
God,
you know?
I love Sour Patch Kid.
That is really fucking good. Damn it. Dude, what's with all these sick-ass beers coming out of Ohio? Like
almost
Clown
seems-
Shoes and all these places.
Oh yeah, everything that Roger has given us from
Uh-huh.
Ohio to try
Ohio,
has
represent.
been awesome. This tastes, it has a lot of Granny Smith apple, I would say. Is
Yes.
the sourness
Yep,
to it.
that is...
It's
wow,
like
now that you
so-
mention that, that's exactly what it
Yeah.
reminds me of. Yeah.
God, that's
It's
great.
a dry sourness, but it still has some sweetness to it,
Ooh,
too.
buddy.
Yeah, I am very, very, very okay with that, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I seriously, man, it's like, I know I mentioned it like the other day, but it's like I've kind of gotten to a point where I'm like, I think I just want something other than IPAs for a minute.
Yeah,
I
'cause-
still love them.
Oh yeah, me too. But I just want, there are a lot more complex and different flavors out there in
Life's too
beers.
short. Life's too short.
Life is too short.
Now, Steve, the subject of our show today is one Jennifer's Body from 2009, which is, I know, one that you had been wanting to do on the show for a really long time. I
Yeah.
have never seen it because I thought it looked like a big pile of shit, but
yeah,
it's one
the way
of
they
those...
advertised it was just way
Oh,
off.
yeah, and we're definitely going to get into that. But, before we start the movie review process, Steve, considering that this movie is all about, I think partnerships in various forms. There's boyfriend-girlfriend stuff. There's girl-to-girl friendships.
Mm-hmm.
There's band-to-Satan relationships in here.
And we all know bands and Satan, they go hand in hand. Mhm.
Obviously. You can't have one and not have the other.
Nope.
So I say before we start our review of the movie, why don't we just slippity slide here on into the Purview Powerless.
Welcome to the Purview Parlors.
And why don't we take ourselves a BuzzFeed quiz here to find out how well do we actually know our partners? You and I are married
We're
men
both
here.
marriedmen. You've been with Kate for 18 years? Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's been a long time. Been
Emily-
a long time. Been a not lonely time.
Emily and I have been about a decade. We haven't been married for a decade, but we've
A decade of
we've
devastation.
probably been dating, I would say, around a decade.
Yeah. So I think this will be interesting to see here. I have a feeling. I know that we are both close with our wife Ken
Yes.
here, so I have a feeling we'll smoke this thing. But let's find out. Let's start this thing off. This is a quiz by one Farrah Penn.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what she knows, but we're gonna find out what we know. Now, Steve, let me
she
ask you
works for
what.
BuzzFeed. She's bound to know something.
Do you know Emily's middle name?
I do.
Sick.
I was gonna say it, but then I was like, why?
Maybe not.
Well, no, I know it. I mean, I know it. It's Ann, but like,
Oh, you got an Ann in there, huh?
Yeah.
That was my Mem's middle name.
oh really?
That bitch was crazy.
Both of my grandmothers have the same first and middle name.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Betty Jean.
I also know Kate's. It is in Alexandria.
Uh-huh.
So, yes,
I actually knew
do
Kate's
know.
too, though. So you're kind of cheating.
Well, it's like her
We
Twitter
both
and
know.
stuff, so
Yeah.
it's not that big a deal.
Right.
All right, what do we got next?
Do you know their mother's maiden name?
Yes, because it's
Yeah.
extremely weird.
Oh, well.
Kate's mom's middle name is like this super authentic German ass name, Irmgald, Irmgald.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like
that
German as
sounds
fuck.
like something that Beowulf brought to a party.
Exactly right. Correct. It really does. Yeah,
Wow.
Irmgard or Irmgard.
Don't worry, guys. I brought the Irmgard. I'm not going to say my wife's mother's maiden name because I'm
security reasons.
Security. Yeah, I was going to say.
Witness
I'm pretty
protection
sure
program.
that one gets asked a lot for security stuff.
Probably a good point.
Yeah.
Hard at it.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, can you name all of Emily's siblings and cousins?
I can name all her siblings. I cannot name all her cousins because her family is Mormon.
So they like to fuck.
Yes, there are a lot,
of them.
And it's not even that because her dad's family wasn't Mormon, but they had a ton of kids anyway.
Yeah.
Because that was just what you did back then. So there's so many cousins. I know a bunch of her cousins.
Yeah.
I definitely know all of her siblings, but I can't name all of her cousins.
Well, see, that's the thing is like with Kate, I mean, she just has one sister, and obviously I know her name. And
Right.
she has a handful of cousins that we're close to that live around here, but then there's also a bunch of like second cousins and stuff.
Yes.
That I don't know the names of, but I don't think that counts. I'm just going
That
with
doesn't
immediate
count. Let's
cousins.
go first cousins.
So I'm going to go, yes, I can name all of her cousins. No problem, but I'm not going to. Next.
Have you told them a secret that you've never told anyone?
Oh, God, are you kidding?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely
my wife.
so. A million
she knows
percent.
a ton of shit about me.
Oh, God, she knows what a fucking moron I
Yeah.
am. That's for damn sure. Yeah, no, absolutely so. I don't know how people would, like, not answer yes to that.
That's
you even living?
Okay, see, this is the thing. Like, going through these questions when you pick this quiz, I was like, wow, this seems like a dumb quiz. Obviously, all
Yeah.
of these things. But then it's like, wait, I know people that couldn't say yes about most of this
I
stuff
mean, like
with the person they've been married to for a long time.
Like my real dad and my mom, like I'm sure like he would not be able to answer these questions about
it's
her and stuff for
crazy.
sure. It's really odd
Yeah.
to me, you know? Next.
Do you ever eat some of their food off their plate?
Oh god, that's what we did
Yes.
at dinner. Yeah, like we
Yeah.
both had leftovers from Yassine's, and
Uh-huh.
we just put them on one plate and reheated them together. Dude, whenever we like this is so fucking gross to some people, but
Why?
I just don't give a shit. Whenever we travel, we take one toothbrush.
Okay,
That might
would
be far
That
for
would
some
gross
people.
Emily out, but it doesn't gross me.
I
out.
just don't care. Dude,
Yeah,
it's
it
like you
doesn't
kiss
bother me.
and stuff. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
It's not that different to me,
yeah.
you know? Okay, so do you guys share food off plates?
Yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah, Emily will force me to try some of her food, even if I don't want to. She's
Dude,
like, try this.
That's
eat
like
it."
half of the fun of being in a relationship with somebody is like, I get to go to a restaurant and try two things. I would so be fucking pissed if I was with somebody that was like, no, you didn't order it. You don't get to eat it. Like, I would be so mad.
That's pretty much how
Like, that would be so
I mean,
fucking lame.
I'm not like, I won't let somebody eat some of my food, but I'm not offering it. I don't know. Like, I remember growing up that it was like a fight for food.
Yeah.
So
Put
it's
that
like,
arm
you
around the
protect
food.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
Guard it.
Yeah.
No, I don't really care about that. I'm not really like a germaphobe when it comes to like,
I'm
yeah,
not
try a
either.
bite of this.
Yeah,
Like, I don't really care.
I don't mind if anyone tries my food.
Yeah,
or
try a
whatever.
sip of this drink. I don't really
Yeah.
care, man. Not that much. All right, next. Do you know how they like their coffee?
Yes, and it's very elaborate.
Yeah?
She doesn't really like coffee, but she's kind of gotten into it
You got to
recently.
doctor it up, though, huh?
You got to really doctor it up.
Lower the octane. Get some of that low test.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the coffee procedure, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just curious.
Okay, so she if she goes to Starbucks, it's a real complicated order that I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
remember. But at home, she wants a Starbucks light frappuccino, like a bottled one, and then she combines it with an instant breakfast package.
That sounds horrendous.
I agree, but she needs it to be extremely sweet, and she also wants it to have a lot of energy because she drinks it and then goes throughout her day for hours at
Yeah.
work. And
Well,
then
yeah, with her
has
job
lunch.
and stuff,
Yeah.
she's got to.
Yeah, so she wants like a lot of energy from it, but she also needs a bunch of sweet to cover up the bitterness of coffee because she hates the taste of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Madness, dude.
yeah.
Kate and I take our coffee the same way. We like it dark and strong and creamy. That's
how
where
I
it's
like
at.
it too. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
like sugar in coffee anymore.
yeah. You know what? Especially if you use cream. Cream's sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it does. It works really well. Just cream and coffee.
I'll do a black coffee if like I have to. Like
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: if it's either black coffee or that powdered quote creamer bullshit,
No.
fuck that shit.
No, not
that
doing that.
that is just horrific. I'll
Yeah.
just drink black coffee instead
That
of that.
stuff's only good for setting on fire.
Yeah, precisely.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got next?
Do you know the name of their work enemy?
Well, you know,
Oh
with my
God, I
wife's,
know what she looks like. I could pick her out of a lineup,
Yeah?
and I know how much.
but maybe not the name exactly.
I'm gonna say no because I don't know her name.
Okay, right on. But it is a her that you know.
Yes, and I've seen her. I've heard stories about her. If I did remember her name right now, I feel like it would be. Nope. No, I can't remember.
Probably a Jennifer. Jennifers are typically
No, it's
horrible.
not. It's not a Jennifer.
So my wife now has a new job where she really just likes everybody that she works with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like having a work enemy.
Right. Oh,
That's
it has to be
just,
awful.
Like work culture is gross to me in general,
totally, yeah.
but like the fact that you'd have to work with somebody that you legit hate.
40 hours a week with some
40
asshole.
hours a week.
Fuck that shit. But
Yeah.
I have known the names of all of her previous work enemies. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
me
going to
too.
say yes to
Okay,
that because
take
I know
that.
all the previous, but
Uh-huh.
she doesn't have one now. So, you know, there's that. All right. Do you know their favorite item of clothing for them to wear?
Oh, okay. Well, this one's hard because okay, maybe it's a pair of shoes she has.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a favorite. And in fact, every time she's listening right now, every time you put on clothes, you just want to know if they look right.
Right.
Like
Every time you put on clothes.
she doesn't seem to care as much. Like
Okay.
for her, it's just stuff you put on when you walk outside so you're not naked.
Okay.
And she does have things that she really enjoys wearing because they're comfortable, but she doesn't have something that, well, maybe she does.
Yeah.
Damn, am I a bad husband?
You might not know.
Am
It sounds
I?
like there's just a lot of options here.
There are a lot of options. I mean, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I do. Yeah.
I think that I would also say yes to this. I believe that there's kind of a multitude of answers because it's like really the general answer is anything that is black. That's basically all she wears is black. But I think that right now her favorite thing is her angry feminist t-shirt.
That's an awesome one.
Yeah, that's probably the favorite thing right now.
Yeah.
But now we're also coming up on flip-flop season, and it's just like the favorite thing is not wearing socks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because fuck socks.
Yeah. All right.
Next.
Do you know their favorite item of clothing for you to wear?
For me to wear, yeah, I mean, she seems to dig it anytime I just got like on like a sandal and a jean and like a button-up shirt. That seems to be kind of like
okay.
the go-to rig, I think. As far as I know, I might be wrong about that,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that seems to be the thing where I get, oh, you look nicely.
I think anything that shows off my arms, my wife likes.
Get you some Python power in that thing, man.
Yeah, my wife's into arms.
Yeah, so she's like really into Goro. Like if you guys are ever
Yeah,
out,
there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
She's like, damn, look at all his biceps.
what if she met like Kentaro? Would she be like, oh shit?
Well, she likes cats.
Oh yeah.
So-
You better hope you never end up seated next to Kentaro in a bar, man. You better be like, we need to get different
I can
seats.
think of a
I don't want to
number
sit
of
at the
reasons
bar.
why I don't want to be near Kentaro.
Kentaro.
Like, legit, Goro and Kentaro scare the fuck out of me. Because I imagine if you ran into them and it's like, they'd have to be like 7 to 8 foot tall.
What do you think they're at the
like-
bar slamming?
Jesus. Well, Goro, like, I bet he's got 4 sakis. Like,
4 sakis.
4, just 4 sakis. Now, Kentaro, though, I feel like he goes a little bit wilder. He's probably drinking that, you know, that like Filipino drink that has
With
like
the
a
snake in
scorpion
it.
or a snake in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's his
he's
jam?
probably got like just a bottle of it. He's drinking straight out of it. And then when he sets it down, he goes, "Ugh, fucking life, man."
Yeah.
He's seen it all. That
He's seen all the
Kentaro.
shit. Dude, I was thinking that he would be slamming four locos.
16 loco.
16 loco. That's exactly what I was kind of thinking about it. You know? All right. Have you ever started saying a phrase because they said it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a million times.
Yeah, me too.
That happens all the time.
Oven hot is a phrase in particular.
Really?
Yeah, because you can say, like, you can take a bite of food and be like, oh, it's hot. Do you
Huh.
mean spicy hot or temperature hot?
Oven hot.
Yeah, and apparently in her house they said oven hot, so that's become a thing. Oven hot.
Oven hot is very hot.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Ovens get real hot.
Yeah.
What's your phrase? Do you know when you picked up?
Oh, I can't think of one off.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan, she says a lot.
Fuck
She
Trump.
says, yeah. Oh, yeah.
all the
She
time.
does say that a lot. No, there are a ton of things that I've just picked. And they're also like, you know how you get into those rhythms where like you know what the other person's about to say?
For sure.
Yeah. Like one of those.
Oh, like the Beastie Boys.
Yes, like
They finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that band's all about.
Yeah. Like I will sometimes know she quotes the weirdest lines from movies.
Yeah.
And one that she quotes a lot is, "Where were we at 7:30?"
What's that?
It's from the third Harry Potter movie.
That's oddly specific.
It's very specific and it's not even relevant to anything, but she will just say it when she hears the right British accent. Like one that's close enough to Emma Watson's accent that it will strike in her, and then she will say that thing aloud.
Is it kind of like whenever earlier Kate said that she wishes that chair was a little taller, and we said it wishes it was a baller?
Yes.
Kind of like
it's
that.
Exactly like that. You know it's coming.
Got it. Steve, have you ever used the toilet, the turlet, the commode while they're in the shower?
Yes.
Yeah.
What? The most insane thing to me is that people are like still ashamed of shitting in front of their person they're going to be with the rest of their life.
I have to do this thing that everybody does.
My wife and I shit in front of each other all the time.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. So yes, of course. While she's in the shower, that's like privacy. Basically.
I think that it really means like in the shower.
Oh,
like,
have I
you ever
shat
taken a dump
into the
in
shower while she's in there?
Yeah, or just peed into the shower.
Well, yeah, I've done that a couple times.
Okay, that's perfectly normal. Totally normal. The old steam treatment there.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Have you ever thrown up in front of them?
Oh yes.
This one's a tough one for you.
Oh yes,
huh?
I have. I'll never forget the moment because it was the 4th of July.
Uh-huh.
It was probably 8 or so years ago.
No.
And we had spent all day at like this outdoor concert thing that some friends were playing, and then like at a 4th of July party at some people's houses. And, you know, we had done nothing but like eat fried chicken and like a plugged watermelon and drank beer all day and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she says that I was just fucking drunk and threw up because I was drunk. I was totally not. I think I'd gotten some kind of a food poisoning or just a virus or something like that. I woke up at our house.
Did the virus make you feel like you felt kind of dizzy and like you didn't have as much control over your...
Precisely.
That's weird.
Yeah.
What a weird virus.
It's odd. But I woke up at like 5 in the morning just feeling like absolute shit. Just feeling horrible. And for some reason, my first instinct was I should take a bath. That'll make me feel better.
Okay. Did it?
So I got out of bed and I started running a bath. And this is in our old house where like the bathroom was like right next to the bedroom and stuff. So I started running a bath and I got in while the tub was still like filling up. And I guess like the noise of the water splashing and stuff like woke Kate up. And like right as soon as she started like waking up and realizing I wasn't there is right when while still in the bathtub, straight up projectile vomited from the bathtub to the toilet.
Yeah.
Which is like next to it and stuff. Right as soon as she came around the corner. So she's like, "Are you okay?" Oh my God. Because projectile vomit is real.
Yeah.
It's real. I've done it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, she's definitely seen me yak.
My story is similar. When we were just dating, I got just a real horrendous stomach flu.
Yeah.
And so this is what happened. This was early in our dating. She saw me puke, which was like, well, you know, you don't normally see that when you're early on dating.
Right.
But then she also saw me shit my brains out.
The old hammerhead, as I call it. Yeah.
Then I got into the shower to sort of maybe calm down the stomach. And then I puked in the shower.
Oh, God, that's so punk rock.
And then shat.
In the shower.
And then my wife...
Like uncontrollably shit
my
in the
wife
shower.
quotes this all the time. This is what I said. I went, oh no.
Oh, no. And she was like, "Dude, are you into Gigi Allen?"
She was just with me. I mean, because she's in the medical profession. For her, it's just
she's
like
seen
whatever.
Worse. That's the thing,
she's
dude.
seen worse. But
Worse.
she also loved me, so she thought it was really cute. And then she told the story to her mom and her brother, and they were both just like,
and then he shit in the shower.
Like, they didn't get, like, how that was cute. They were just like, all right.
That's
gross.
amazing. That is amazing. 10 out of 10. Easy 10 out of 10.
Would again. Would puke and shit on
revisit.
myself again in the shower.
For
yeah.
love.
For love, yeah.
All right, can you name all of their childhood pets?
Oh, shit.
That's
She
kind of
had
a tough
so
one.
many cats.
See, I think that mostly Kate had Bitsy, which is her like childhood dog, and then Luke and stuff, because there's pictures of Bitsy and Luke. If they had like pets when she was like an infant, I don't know about. Oh well, they had 2 Dobermans. I know their names as well.
Okay.
I think that's about the majority of it. Is the Dobermans?
They
Bitsy,
had
Luke.
a dog growing up, and then they had several cats.
Yeah.
Like, just tons and tons of cats. I don't know that I know all their names, but I do know that they existed.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it.
Do you know their favorite fast food place?
Okay, that one's a tough one.
Yeah.
Not that it would be tough to say what is her favorite. Maybe Taco Bell.
Yeah, Kate's is Taco Bell.
Yeah, maybe Taco Bell.
Yeah, we never do fast food, and like Taco Bell is kind of her like her forbidden passion.
Okay.
I end up having to do fast food sometimes just because I travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But basically, like, I think that Kate eats fast food seriously maybe once a year whenever we're like going to the beach with her family. That's seriously that's really it. That's all.
We eat fast food more often.
Yeah. Like, goddamn, it's convenient.
I mean, it would be tough. Like, it would be between like Taco Bell or Popeyes or
A Popeye is good.
She loves some McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, the McDonald's breakfast. I still won't turn my nose up at a sausage and egg bisque. I can't lie, man.
McDonald's has good breakfast.
I'm gonna tell you what too. A Bojangles.
Bojangles is great.
Bojangles.
Bojangles.
I won't turn my nose up at that
Bojangles
either.
makes it seem less racist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Yeah, lots of choices there.
Yeah, Bojangles. Like, seriously, there's so many places because like
I like a chicken fillet
I didn't
myself.
used
The
to-
Chick-fil-A is.
Chick-fil-A is delicious.
Although honestly, if I'm gonna say favorite, it's probably Chipotle.
really,
Yeah, I think I'll take a Chipotle above a Chick-fil-A because it's healthier and like there's more variety and stuff.
See, like,
You ever got 3 tacos from Chipotle?
yeah, no, I'm not
Clutch.
against Chipotle at all. Chipotle
Clutch.
is good.
Love it.
Here's the thing: is I didn't used to ever. I was like Kate. I never ate fast food.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to the Doughboys podcast
Yeah.
where they review fast food
What do you got to
chains.
know about it?
And then I was like, man, I love a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich.
Oh,
It's one of
spicy
my
chicken's
favorite
good.
things in the world.
Yeah, like I'm not even gonna lie to you and be like, oh, it's not organic and free range. I don't like. No,
it's fucking delicious.
yeah, a spicy chick
Yeah.
is good, and it's not greasy and stuff
Yeah.
too. Have you been watching any of the Try Guys stuff lately? Where
Yes.
Keith has been
yeah,
eating all
where
the menus?
he just did Olive Garden.
Yeah, I just watched that.
I hate Olive Garden
Oh,
with
I
a
know.
passion. I don't know how he got through that.
Oh my god, dude! I'm sure his sodium intake was like
Oh,
8
God.
million times.
Yeah.
Well, he kept saying over and over, it's like it's just really salty. Mm-hmm. It's like everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know.
That's what Olive Garden's taste is: salt.
Yeah. When you're here, you're salty.
Can
All
I
right,
name
next
their
on the-
favorite movie?
Okay.
Can you name their favorite
I
movie?
think a My Cousin Vinny would probably be Kate's choice for favorite movie. That seems to be the one that always just brings her like the most immediate, immense joy of just like, oh, let's definitely watch My Cousin Vinny. I
Hot
think
Rod.
that's probably the thing. Hot Rod?
That's her favorite
Fuck
movie.
yeah,
Hot
dude.
Rod. I know her top 3 because we just talked about it last night.
Boom.
Yeah, but Hot Rod is her number 1, like,
It's a solid
most
choice.
beloved movie. She loves to watch it anytime. It's that and Nightmare Before Christmas she could watch at any moment.
This is totally my hat. This is my hat now. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day. I'm
You gonna
fired
bring
up.
the demons out in me?
A cooked goose for everyone. Do you know how to calm their nerves? This is a long quiz, y'all. Hope y'all are buckled up here.
Yeah, whatever. I do. My wife suffers from depression and anxiety, and I also suffer from anxiety. So surprisingly, I would say it's true that anyone who suffers from anxiety is probably more equipped to deal with someone else's anxiety.
I believe it.
But specifically with my wife is we have opposite anxieties where she's anxious about the things that I'm very relaxed
That's
about.
fortunate.
Yeah, it's extremely fortunate.
Yeah, that works
Where
out.
if she's freaking out, I know how to be like, it's fine. Everything's going to be cool. I know how it's going to play out, blah, blah, blah. And then the exact opposite. If I'm freaking out, she can do the same. So
Good deal.
yeah, we can both calm each other's nerves.
I'm gonna say glass of wine.
That does
Yes.
it. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yes, I do know how to calm that girl down. Next.
Do you know what their long-term career goals are? We are at an age where we already know that because it's like in action, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure what we're going for right now is pretty much what we're trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ultimately, her career goal is find a way to get paid to read books and drink wine and hang out with her dogs. But
That's not that hard. I bet she could do it.
there's probably a way to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Can you name the number one place they'd love to travel to?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can. Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty positive it's England.
Yeah, in England.
Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
I think that Kate would probably say Italy, but really it's New York.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can also name the place Emily would like to be currently, and that is the beach.
Right,
Wherever.
the
Yeah.
beach, Lord of mercy.
That's where she always wants to be.
Right on.
Can you name one gift they really want?
To move to Knoxville. Boom.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
house in
okay.
Knoxville. That's what she wants.
Huh?
If I asked her what she wants for her birthday, she'd say, "I want a house in Knoxville." So yeah,
Really?
yeah, she always does that.
Huh?
Yep.
A gift Emily really wants, like, I don't know, she really wants a new computer. She really wants a number of things, but like, I feel like I'm failing. I feel like there's probably something she really wants and she names it all the time, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't remember.
I think either one would also take one of those Hitachi personal massagers.
Oh yeah,
Easily.
absolutely.
Yeah, without a
Why do we're bad husbands? Honestly,
Yeah,
why haven't we
obviously.
bought her one?
Next.
Do you know their guilty pleasure TV show?
I
Guilty.
don't know that Kate really has any like guilty pleasures.
Yeah, I was gonna say Emily doesn't feel. I guess Forensic Files would be what people would call guilty pleasure, but she doesn't feel guilty about loving it.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I don't know. I feel like there's something dumb that she has watched that she just knows is bad, and she's probably thinking of it right now.
The joy that I have right now thinking about both of our wives listening to this and being like, our husbands are idiots.
Yeah, I know.
This is great.
I know. I think that's probably the de rigueur for the show
Yeah.
in general, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Once we get to the episode, it's
You know what? I'm really kind of drawing a blank right here. I feel like there is something that I definitely know that she
wouldn't
watches
be
that
proud
is just
to-
like bad,
Yeah.
but I can't think of what it is. I'm actually
Well,
going
I
to
mean,
say no right here.
Supernatural maybe.
No, because she loves
She's nice,
that.
yeah.
Totally. Same with like Sailor Moon, or she's been watching Daria a lot lately. Those are all guiltless things.
Shouldn't feel guilty about.
So maybe
Daria at all.
maybe I'll just say no because she doesn't really have any guilty pleasures.
Okay.
You know, maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay. Can you name one song that I know all the words to? That's kind of a tough one.
Song she knows all of the words. I mean, I feel like she probably knows the words to a number of songs, but man, that's a tough one. Okay.
Yeah, like a specific one. Like you can easily name artists and stuff like that, but like a specific song
I bet she knows all the words to Like a Stone because she listens to it pretty regularly.
by an audio slave.
Yeah. I bet she knows all the words to that for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I'm sure that Kate probably knows from like Fiona Apple and A Perfect Circle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that there's about 1 million Man songs, like Do Right. I'm going to say she knows all the words to Do Right by Man. P.S. Man from Philadelphia is one of the greatest fucking bands you never heard of.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God, Man is so good. Get their record, Rabbit's Habits. So good. Do you know their zodiac sign, which bears no relevance on anything ever?
I think. I know her birthday.
Yeah, Kate's a Leo, so I know that.
Yeah, that would be easy if it were around my own birth. I could figure it out. It's January 24th.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Pisces?
I don't know.
Is that Pisces?
I don't know because I really
don't
just don't care about any of that shit.
Okay. I'm going to say Pisces and say yes.
Take a swing at it. Have you ever thrown a birthday party? I'm going to say yes. I've thrown birthday parties.
I've thrown
All
my
time.
wife a birthday party.
Past couple of years I haven't, because we've been at the beach for like, birthday, been on vacation. But I have many times.
I have not thrown my wife a birthday party.
Have they ever let you borrow their car? Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
Have you ever taken care of them while they were sick?
Yes.
Yeah, duh. What are you going to do?
Currently happening.
There you go. It's right there.
Okay.
All right, so I hit yes. All right, I got 24 out of 25 right. But, you know, the one that I didn't get right was the one where it's just like no guilty pleasures. So I don't know about that. You're practically married. If you aren't already, you know your partner incredibly well and have been through so much with this person, both good and bad. And TBH, you wouldn't trade them for the world. I think BuzzFeed is correct about that.
Yeah, honestly, I got 22 out of 25, but it says the exact same thing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's probably if you're over 21, you're in it for the long haul.
I feel like I failed a little bit.
Yeah?
And my wife is going to tell me the answers to all these questions.
Yeah, same.
She's going to break it down. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be after a few drinks.
Yeah.
And she might yell at me a little bit.
But you know what? That's the fun thing about it is that when you find out you've been with somebody this long and there's still more to know about them.
The more you know.
Bum, 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 bum. That's nice, right?
Yeah.
I think that's nice. All right, now, Steve, the subject of our podcast today is going to be Hennifer's Baudier from 2009.
Berliner Weiss, by
I'm
the way.
fucking loving it, dude. I'm almost done with it,
good.
and I'm already sad that like I'm almost out of it. It's really wonderful. It's some kind of wonderful. Like I wish that I would have had the whole thing for myself.
Yeah.
It's like walking on a cloud, a tart cloud.
A tart cloud.
Yeah. Totally adoring it. Now, Steve, I assume this is not the first time you've seen this Película.
No, it's not. I actually watched this movie by myself long ago when it came out, and I've also watched it with my wife because I wanted her to see it.
Yeah.
I like this movie.
Did you like it from the get-go?
Yeah, I liked this movie from my first watch. I thought I enjoyed it. I like Diablo Cody, though. Though I see the same issues with her dialogue that I see with Kevin Smith, where it's like this is unnatural.
It's not really how people talk,
and everybody kind
right.
of sounds the same. But
yeah, everybody's kind of the same character over and over. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, the reason I asked if you liked it the first time is because this is one of those movies that it seems like, you know, much like a lot of things, like The Thing or many other John Carpenter flicks, where it's like people at the time really hated it and shat all over it.
Yeah, it didn't get great reviews.
No, not at all.
It has like a 40-something% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
But it seems like 2 or 3 years ago, it's like everybody just woke up from a trance and was like,
yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I love this movie.
Right, because this movie has implications with the Me Too movement and stuff.
It seems to have gotten more popular since then. Yeah, it's like it really kind of woke a lot of people up, and they're like, oh, wait, actually there's redeemable stuff in this flick now that I consider all these other things. So, yeah, it's kind of odd to see. And, you know, honestly, I didn't watch this movie until the other day. Like the other day.
This is your first time watching?
Yeah, this is the first time I had ever seen it. And we rented it on Amazon, I guess, and watched it. And I had zero interest in watching this movie because whenever it came out and I was watching the advertising for it and I was seeing the posters and like, you know, the standees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just looked like a colossal pile of shit. It looked like it was the hot chick from Transformers being a man eliminating sexy woman. Like the way that this is advertised made me be like, this is exactly what I think this would be, and I would hate it.
I think in some ways that's actually exactly what it is, but
intentionally
the joy
so.
it takes in that is what makes it a good movie. Is that it is that, but it's self-aware. It's well aware that that's what's happening.
Right.
And Megan Fox is well aware that that's what she's playing off of.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. So whenever I finally, you know, watched it the other night, it's like I was going in with the expectations at less than zero, where it's just like, this is going to be...
You thought it was going to be that James Spader and Robert Downey Jr. movie.
Less than zero.
Less than zero.
Correct. But, you know, honestly, just like you telling me that you liked the movie made me be like, okay, well, I'll give this a chance.
I'll give it a shot, yeah.
But just my own perception of it was like, this is going to be just total garbage. So whenever we started the movie, and even the opening narrative and stuff is like, okay, this is a little bit different from what I was expecting. And then even just the whole story arc and the characters and stuff have a lot more personality and heart and soul and relatability and everything to them. I was like, wow, I was dead wrong about what this movie is. So I was very very pleasantly surprised by this movie. I'm not gonna say it like instantly became a favorite, and you know, you can read a lot of reviews of people saying that, like, this is the greatest movie ever made. The whole world, every baby born needs to receive a copy of this movie. It's like, okay, it's not that fucking good.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
But it's good.
But it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I totally didn't hate any moment of the movie that I was watching.
Yeah.
You know, it's only an hour 30, hour 40.
You don't really I feel like I don't see, like, when I'm watching it, I don't see what's coming next.
Yeah.
Like, it all seems to be consistent and make sense, but like, I'm not ahead of the movie.
Yeah. Where you're like,
Whereas,
I know exactly where this is
right.
going.
Whereas, like, with say my middle list of the road movie, Autopsy of Jane Doe, which I think is a good movie, but still, I'm always ahead. Like, I'm always ahead of that movie. I always know
like
kind of what's going to happen
or something like that. It's like, yeah,
exactly.
You always is like, oh, okay, I know this story. I know where this is going.
But this one, I'm like, okay, where are we going?
Yeah.
The whole time, like, all right, what's next?
Yeah, exactly. It kept my interest very well the entire movie. I never really got bored. I never really got overly critical and was like, oh, now what is this bullshit now?
Yeah.
A very competently made, fun movie, man.
It is.
I can't say I really disliked anything about it. And part of the fun of this is that it is a complete genre-hopping movie.
Yeah, it's comedy and horror simultaneously without the horror being the comedy. Like, there's like,
where it's like, oh, squirting blood, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's comedy going on, and then there's also horror going on, and they kind of mesh together. And like, I'm not sure how successful it is, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, with the genre hopping thing that I'm talking about, of course, you know, there's a lot of other horror comedy kind of flicks and stuff like that really excel, like Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, yeah.
And What We Do in the Shadows and stuff like that. This movie tries to do a lot of things, and I'm not gonna say that it masterfully really displays any of them. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a great comedy or it's a great horror movie or it's a great possession movie. It kind of does a little bit of everything, and it does it pretty well. But I would say some of the real tenets of this are the possession movie. This has elements of stuff like Emily Rose, and obviously you can't talk about possession, not talk about The Exorcist. Yeah, I mean, having a girl become possessed by a demon is kind of a long-running hallmark in the entire genre of horror. There needs to be more male possession movies other than Louis Tully in Ghostbusters. More than him.
Other than him.
Yeah. Yes,
that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Well, it's because females are portrayed as more vulnerable.
Well, and also sexually they're penetrated, men are penetrators. Yeah,
it's more kind of on the nose whenever you do it that way. There needs to be some good male possession flicks out there.
There do. This movie though is really steeped in a lot of different horror movies for sure, and like there is that like Exorcist, like demon possession element to it.
There's also the rape revenge
sort of story, but there's no rape that actually happens,
really,
but it still has that element to it.
Yeah. Well, again, you have the element of I have been infiltrated by a foreign body.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, she has been penetrated. She has been stabbed
and taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and then exacts
far worse
revenge.
than like we were talking about this before, where it's like you're watching it and you're like, "Fuck, she's gonna get raped." Like, I don't want to watch that, and then she doesn't, and it's like relief, but it's like she got killed.
Yeah,
how's that? Why do I feel relief right now?
I know
she got murdered,
killed in a satanic ritual.
Yeah,
but I feel better about that.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck's going on?
It also has like elements of Carrie to it for sure. There's the split screen sort of Carrie shots.
Some of those dual focus shots and stuff.
But also just the prom scene itself and the montage before the prom scene and all that looks very much like Carrie.
There's an interview with Karen Kasama. Where she specifically said that she did the dual focus shot as a Brian De Palma tribute.
Yeah.
So it's like that's very on the nose.
But that's interesting because I didn't point it out last week with Suspiria.
Yeah.
But Suspiria has one of those.
It has some dual focus shots too. It does. Yeah. You're right. Interesting. Which again just seems like it's trying to feel like a 70s movie.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And this movie, I think it also takes a bit from Heathers and Mean Girls. I mean,
without
other
a doubt,
than
yeah.
just having Amanda
school.
Seyfried in it.
Yeah.
But it has some Mean Girls sort of elements to it. But it also is so different than all of those because it's really just centered on a central relationship between two people who know each other extremely well.
Yeah, a girl friendship.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of elements to it. There's a codependent kind of thing. There's also even kind of a parasitic
Yeah.
and sexual relationship between these girls too. That is not often explored in film, especially horror, which is a genre dominated by men on screen talking. That's one thing about this movie is that the majority of the movie, and I'm talking probably 80% of the movie, is females on screen talking
to each other, and like
destroys the Bechdel test.
Here's one of the things that I wanted to point out, like that people have to recognize about this movie. Who's Jennifer's boyfriend?
I mean, she wants to get with the guys in the band.
Sure, she doesn't have a boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Like a girl like her, she mentions having sex. We meet a guy she's had sex with,
but
she's not dating him.
But then her friend, who's supposed to be like uglier than her and not as cool,
she's in a relationship. She has a boyfriend, and that's actually more like my experience of high school was more of that, more of the average. Like, I mean, obviously Amanda Seyfried is gorgeous, and actually in this, I think she's prettier than she is in most movies because she just looks
like normal. Person,
but yeah, from my high school experiences, your average everyday people are the ones that were in relationships, and your super attractive people were the ones that were just having sex with people and having fun.
Right.
And that's her. She's just having sex and having fun. She's not looking for a husband. She's not looking for someone to save her. She's looking for a good time.
No doubt.
And that's something you don't get from female characters a lot. Male characters can do that. Like tons of them can be pointed out. But female characters that are just looking to have a good time, it's rare.
That is kind of interesting when you point that out, that in the course of this movie, like, you know, the quote-unquote hot one is actually not the one that has sex on screen.
Yeah.
You know, like we see there's a sex scene between Amanda Seyfried and her boyfriend Chip.
And it's very, like, it's written very accurately. Like, it's like high school sex. Or because a lot of high school
condoms from Walgreens. Cool.
Yeah, like a lot of high school movies make sex seem way different than it actually is between two teenagers. Two teenagers, it's awkward, but it also happens. Like, that's what happens in this.
And it can also be sweet and so on.
And they're both involved in it. Like, so much of sex between teenagers in movies is often shown as the guy is trying to, like,
especially horror
coerce the girl into it, and then, like, he's also like inept at it. But they're both equally inept. They're both equally involved. They just like each other.
That's kind of interesting. I hadn't really thought about it from that perspective, but yeah, typically in movies, especially horror movies, it is the guy. And, you know, the first thing that comes to mind is like The Burning,
right? Which
I love, but also displays just some horrible male-female relationships. But it is typically the guy like coercing the innocent virginal girl to have sex and stuff. But in this, it's like,
I bought condoms, and she's like, cool.
And
then they have sex.
Yeah, and it's like this one's. What is it? What is the name of that condom that he has? It's like the super spinner,
right?
Like the slippery slider, or something like that. He's like, it's supposed to make it feel good for the girl, and she's like, neat. Yeah. It's like it's not even necessarily that she's like super empowered and like, I'm gonna fuck who I want. Like, it's just like, oh, this is just normal. Like, I'm a woman and I also like to have sex with my boyfriend. Yeah. It's very like,
he doesn't have to convince me. He's not stealing anything from me.
Yeah.
We have sex and it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's a little awkward because we're awkward and we're teenagers.
Yeah. Which is refreshing, actually.
It is. It's nice
to see in this genre and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Let's talk about the cast of the movie a little bit here. So obviously we have Amanda Seyfried here as Needy.
Yeah,
who's our main character. Who I kind of figured that going from the advertisements and stuff,
Jennifer would be the main character.
Jennifer would be the main character. But she's not. But Amanda Seyfried is our character, and also kind of our narrator here, as the movie kind of starts off with her in prison,
in insane asylum, which
I was not expecting at all. Like, I wasn't expecting this to start with a out of continuity narrative.
Yeah.
Of like, hi, I'm in jail. I kick the shit out of people. Jail, mental asylum, whatever.
Yeah.
Here's what happened before the murder started. It's like, as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, this is actually not what I thought that it was.
Right.
And I thought immediately that, like, okay, maybe she's the killer all along or something.
Nope.
Which it turns out she wasn't. But it's just to say that it completely destroyed my expectations about what this movie was going to be about.
Yeah.
Just by having that narrative start up front like that. And she seems like she's playing this character who is in kind of a parasitic relationship with Jennifer, played by Megan Fox.
She's sort of obsessed with her, but it's also, they have a mutual friendship. Like, she's not obsessed with her, and Jennifer doesn't know who she is. They've been friends since they were very little kids.
Not that, like, back of the classroom, like, I'm watching you, but you don't know who I am kind of way.
Right. Again, which is accurate to my experience of high school. It's not that popular girl is friends with popular girl. It's that people are friends, and some of them are popular.
Right.
And then they still have their unpopular friends that they hang out with, and there's no big deal about that.
Right.
It's not social suicide to be friends with somebody who's unpopular.
Yeah, it seemed, well, I didn't go to school.
Right.
That's the impression, as the Boss Tones once said. That's the impression that I get. Bum, bum, horns. Still love that song. I ain't
it's
gonna
a
lie.
great song.
But their relationship is interesting because they do seem to be genuinely friends, but at the same time, I find it interesting that they cast Amanda Seyfried and had her, let's just say, quote unquote, ugly up, like,
right, yeah,
look like a normal person.
Well, she's not supposed to be ugly.
Right.
She's just supposed to look normal.
She's supposed
of course,
to not
she
outshine Jennifer.
She has big, beautiful eyes and gorgeous lips.
Oh, she's just gorgeous.
But that's actually true. I've noticed of a lot of girls that are like the needy character. A lot of women that fit into that mold. It's not that they're not attractive.
Right.
It's that they're not obsessed with making themselves look attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And so needy comes across as this, just like, it's not like Amanda Seyfried maybe would never be this person, but needy is a type of person, a girl who is gorgeous but also isn't obsessed with wearing makeup and wearing nice clothes and stuff. Yeah, and self-image. Like, that is a common type of person,
right,
that just doesn't get displayed in television and movies very often.
But I like that they played this role of somebody who is maybe a little unsure of themselves, maybe not as self-confident as they could be, considering that she is, as we said, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she could be very self-confident.
And probably because she spent a lot of her life hanging out with somebody who is just marginally hotter than her, saying, don't steal my thunder. Don't show your boobs when you're around me, and wear your hair down, or wear your hair up, and wear glasses and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I said, she's not the greasy, sallow, back of the classroom creeper stalker that I think you would see if, like, let's say if a dude wrote this movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because he doesn't understand the female dynamics. He doesn't understand these relationships. He thinks that the way that men perceive women as, well, she's less attractive than that woman, so she must, of course, feel inferior and be subservient to her.
Right. But at the same time, like we said, she seems, in her own way, sexually confident and stuff.
Yeah.
She has a long-term boyfriend and stuff.
Their relationship is, it's healthy high school. That's what I would call that,
right?
Like, she has a great relationship with her boyfriend. I know,
and again, kind of going back to the typical horror trope of, like, if there's a girl, she has a boyfriend who's the head of the football team who drinks beer and slaps her around. Like, that's kind of the typical horror trope of, like, boyfriends and those kinds of things. But in this movie, Chip is like,
he's actually just a dude. He's a drummer.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a normal dude. Like, he's not a piece of shit.
Yep.
I think it's cool too that essentially how they wrote Chip in this is to be the traditional horror movie girlfriend role.
Yes. All he does is basically he provides exposition and furthers the story.
Yep.
but he doesn't have much personality on his own.
Well, and also ends up being the damsel in distress.
Exactly.
She has to save him at the end of the movie. But it's
and he
not...
even has like a cheesy line that a woman, like a female character, would often have, where it's like, "I love you" or whatever, and he's like, "I think I died before you got here, and your voice brought me back to life."
Yeah.
Like
they wrote him like a girlfriend.
Yeah, they wrote him like a girlfriend. It's great.
Yeah. And it's fun too, because at the same time, even though they did write him as a girlfriend, they didn't write him as, let's just say an emasculated, super needy, wimpy kind of guy as well.
No.
Like they also wrote in a lot of the dumb, funny stuff that guys would do. Like like during that sex scene in the movie, which okay, I was watching this movie with Kate, and she's hyper ultra mega feminist and stuff.
Right.
And I think she has a keen eye for finding things that might not quite fit into that narrative, into that spectrum. And we were watching the movie, and it's like it got to that part where it's in their love scene or sex scene, whatever. And she's like freaking out because she's seeing these like psychic visions, which I want to talk about later too. And he like stops, and he's like, because he can see she's freaking out, and he's like,
"Am I too big?
Am I too big?"
And then he smirks.
Yeah.
But he's not smirking at her, which is one thing that I thought like that's a brilliant stroke there, because if he smirked at her, it would be like a joke at her, but it's actually something that a lot of guys that age would be proud to be told. That their dick is uncomfortably big. Whereas like an adult would be like, "Yeah, I've dealt with that shit for a long time, and this is actually not cool."
That's not great.
It's not great that my dick is uncomfortably big.
But let's also just back this up a step and say, okay, there are two teenagers having sex, and the girl seemed like she was not enjoying it, and the guy stopped and asked her if she was okay. Yes, it is framed in this funny, maybe he was just making a joke to break the tension joke about, is his dick too big?
Right, but he was paying attention
He
to
communicated.
her. Yes.
Like,
he was paying attention to how she felt.
Yeah, is that not better than what we usually fucking see?
Way better.
So it's like, I'll give the movie credit for that too, where it's like, maybe it makes the guy seem a little bit dumb or a little bit shallow or whatever, but fuck, he's communicating.
Yeah, like if this were Porky's or something.
Oh yeah,
he would have.
Oh yeah, babe.
He would have kept stroking and been like,
"I know, right?
Big. Yeah." Like it would have been. Yeah, it would have been disgusting.
But no, he stops and he's considerate.
Yeah.
So props for that.
Yeah. I mean, this is written by Diablo Cody.
Yes.
Like this is written by a woman.
And directed by a woman.
And directed by Karen Kusama, another woman.
A known woman.
A known female.
Confirmed female.
Right. We've done Karen Kusama before on XX. We did her before.
That's sexist.
Yeah. We've done a Karen Kusama thing before on XX.
Yeah. Now, Diablo Cobley.
Diablo Cobley.
Koblo Dobley. We've never done anything of hers on the show because she's done not really
This is her
horror,
only horror movie, yeah. But we know her. Maybe people only know Juno.
That's all that I know her from. I think that's the only thing of hers I've seen is Juno. Which I recall. Fine. Yeah, I watched it once. I recall being like, "This is fine." Mm-hmm. I recall thinking it was okay. I
enjoyed it.
I didn't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's fine. Right. Have you seen her other shit?
Yeah, I saw the one with Patton Oswalt and Charlize Theron.
A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own. Yeah.
Right. Right,
and Patton Oswalt was in there roles. Somehow.
He's the kid that cries that she throws the baseball mitt at. Dude, I want that. Like,
I do
we just made this movie better. We've talked about A League of Their Own for years.
Yeah, and now we have Patton Oswalt playing the little kid.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. Yeah. That's the only non-Theron role in the movie.
It's Patton Oswalt.
That's the "you're gonna lose" kid. That makes it so much better.
I would love that.
So you seen that one? Was it good?
I enjoyed it.
I
liked it.
Young adult?
Young adult, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen Tully yet. That's also Charlize Theron.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I think we have to talk about Diablo Cody and Megan Fox for one particular reason, and that is
Now, hang on, Steve. This sounds like this is going to be some big old deep conversation.
It is. Are we going to bust open another beer? We're going to crack open a cold one.
Before we do, I need
room
to
temperature one.
You know, I just know that we're going to go all deep like on here. And before we do, I need to get me a pull.
Please.
Who give us this one?
Ryan.
Our buddy,
Ryan brought us this
Ryan.
one when we had the meet
meet
up.
and greet, right. Yeah. This is the Pontoon Brewing Nature Series with artwork by Thomas Turner, which shows
it does have great art.
It's an apple with a burb that has caramel and maybe a magnolia or something on it.
Yeah, some sort of flower.
This is their Gravity Glaze. I'm so excited to try this. This is an imperial stout aged in apple brandy, vanilla bourbon, vanilla cinnamon whiskey, and 4 Roses barrels.
You heard me.
Holy shit. Then aged on Tongan vanilla and coffee that was aged in bourbon barrels.
Jesus.
What? With apple pie spices for a year.
This is amazing.
It is also 12% alcohol.
Yeah. Ryan was really talking this up, and I'm excited for this.
It smells unbelievable.
Yes.
It smells like a slice of apple pie and a cup of coffee.
Oh, all right.
I can't tell you how excited I am for that.
That is dark. I expected it to be lighter.
Holy shit.
That is dark.
I can't wait to try this. Dude, just smell that right there. Tell me it doesn't smell like apple pie and coffee.
That's exactly what it smells like.
Incredible. Holy shit.
Wow.
I can't wait to try this out, man. 12%. That's a big old beer. It's actually 12.1. Why don't you grab you a tug of that thing?
The 0.1% will get you.
Yeah, that sets it off right there. Like, the glass is like a foot from my face, and I can smell the caramel and the cinnamon and the apples and stuff.
Oh, my God.
Is that stupendous? What do you think about that?
What?
Oh, God, that smells unlike anything I've ever had before.
Whatever they did to make this was worth it.
What the fuck does that taste like?
Everything.
It really does.
That's got so much flavor and so many different flavors.
I mean, the thing about it is like, with a list of flavors like that, I mean, you're talking about an imperial stout that's already really big, apple brandy, vanilla bourbon, cinnamon, 4 Roses, vanilla, coffee. Like, that's a list of things where it's like, you would think that it's almost like when you're a kid and you grab all the crayons and you're like, I'll make the mega color.
Right.
And you mix them together and it's like, oh, it's brown.
It's just brown.
Yeah. You would think that's what this would be like.
Yeah. All of the flavors are distinct.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like, you can taste the cinnamon, which is a completely different layer than the vanilla, which is a different layer than the coffee, which is a different layer than the apple.
Oh
my God.
Saying the word bittersweet is not proper.
No.
Like, it is simultaneously bitter and sweet.
Yeah.
But it's not bittersweet.
It's also not like super boozy.
No.
Like,
for
it's
12%.
very smooth. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's basically a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And wine seems way hotter than that. Holy shit. That is stupendous.
Thanks so much, Ryan.
Yeah.
Seriously,
oh my God.
I would have this again and again and again.
The flavor of it
Pontoon Brewing, man.
also just seems to completely coat your palate. Like, I just had a tiny sip of that, and it's been like a minute now, and it's like my mouth is still completely covered in all the flavors.
Yeah.
Holy
awesome.
cow. That is one of the most unique, fantastic beers I've ever had. Isn't it cool? Like, seriously, over the past, couple of years we've been doing the show, and our fans have sent us in beers and stuff like that. I've actually gotten to have some of the best beers I've ever had in my entire life. Like,
seriously.
Even like touring and being all over the United States and stuff like that. I've had a lot of good beers, but seriously, some of the best beers I've ever had have been from our fans sending us shit. So thank you guys so much for doing that for us.
Yeah.
You complete us.
You complete us. Yeah.
And you get us drunk.
That actually also happens.
Damn, thanks. That's so good.
Okay, so we need to talk about
these women.
Complicated women. And by complicated, I mean...
her emails.
I would actually say, I mean uncomplicated. I mean women who drop the pretense.
Okay.
Diablo Cody is one of those women.
I don't know much about her. I know that she, I think, used to be like a stripper or something like that.
Diablo Cody has a media studies degree from University of Iowa.
Okay.
And after that, she became a stripper.
Okay. No problem with that, by the way.
No, I don't have a problem with that at all. I think it's great.
Go take advantage of how simple men are, that we're just like, a boob, here's money.
Yeah.
Fucking
Also, like
wear it out.
I don't even want I don't want to stigmatize either side of it. Oftentimes people look at guys who go to strip clubs and guys who frequent prostitutes as pathetic.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, aren't you then saying that the stripper and the prostitute are pathetic? Like,
Right.
aren't they doing something wrong? Nobody's wrong in this interaction.
No.
But people like going to strip clubs. People like stripping.
People like having sex.
Yeah, it's all wonderful.
People like getting paid.
People like getting paid.
Yeah, it all kind of works together.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that Diablo Cody is a complicated woman because men have trouble looking at a woman who used to do sex work
and taking them seriously. Gotcha.
So the fact that she used to strip makes it hard for men to take her seriously.
All right.
And
that also, plays into my expectations about going into this movie because at this point, in 2009, whenever this came out, Megan Fox was like that girl from Transformers that works on cars while wearing Daisy Dukes and a tank top.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it was her fault.
Yeah,
like, that was the thing,
that
the world seemed to have this opinion that it was her fault that she was portrayed a particular way in media.
Yeah, that she happened to be hot, so people hired her to do work.
And as she pointed out on Jimmy Kimmel, that Michael Bay hired her as a 15-year-old girl to wear a bikini and 6-inch heels and
15?
get sprayed with water in the background of Bad Boys 2.
Whoa!
Michael Bay had her come over and wash his Ferrari as the audition for Transformer. Michael Bay is disgusting.
Yo, but Megan Fox would have a problem with.
Yeah, Megan Fox
crazy.
is pretty, and she seems to know it.
Yeah.
How dare she?
And she wears her hotness on her sleeve.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
Meanwhile, it's like Michael Bay's like hot 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, what's wrong with Michael Bay? But this Megan Fox, she's all like, yeah, I'm pretty, and also I know I'm pretty, and I don't want to take care of you, little boy.
And a 15-year-old should have life figured out by then. Am I right?
Also, she got so much shit, and she's like just a teenager.
Kid. You're a child.
And like, she got called a slut and a whore. She's been with Brian Austin Green since she was 18.
No shit.
Yeah, she's been with the same man since she was 18. The fact that she's gorgeous does not mean she owes you something.
Wow. Yeah, and that's the thing. It honestly did kind of make me feel bad after I'd watched this movie because in my head, Megan Fox was Michael Bay bimbo, Daisy Dukes girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched this movie and I was like, oh, actually, she's actually pretty
She's
good.
Great in this, yeah.
And, like, she has good comedic timing and stuff, and she seems to be very self-aware about how she can even use my perception of her to make stuff funnier.
Yep.
I actually did kind of feel bad about my expectations of her after I watched this movie. And I think that was very deliberate. I think that they could have hired somebody else that was like less known but just as hot.
Sure.
I think that like using Megan Fox as the lead in this as Jennifer's body was like kind of a meta joke on the viewers.
It was for sure. And Megan Fox said that in playing this, she was just trying to have fun and she felt like she was able to make fun of her own image.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Exactly it. Which at this point had been basically just like Transformers 1 and 2, I think. Like, I think that's pretty much all she'd done as far as like movies go.
She had basically just been in Michael Bay movies. Yeah. And like, she gets typecast, but this movie actually does something special that is interesting to me. When Needy goes to the prom and she sees what she thinks is Jennifer, and the girl turns around and it's just another gorgeous girl with dark hair and light eyes.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like the movie is saying at that point that it's like Jennifer's not even special in this school.
Right.
Like she's just gorgeous. Like, you're all projecting so much onto Megan Fox
because she's a Transformers girl.
Exactly. You're projecting this onto her, and she's just a pretty girl who's talented at this. Like,
Right.
why are you so mad? What is making you so angry?
Wow, yeah.
And why are people taking so much joy in the fact that her thumbs are misshapen? Like, people take joy in that
Right.
because it's like, how dare you be so pretty? Take that, you bitch, for having weird thumbs.
Yeah, you're
And-
human. Fuck you.
And she's just like, I just exist. I didn't make this face. I just
Right.
have it. Like,
yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too, is like ultimately being pretty is not that special.
It's
like,
not,
go
yeah.
walk around Westtown Mall. You'll see
you will see
a million
so many pretty girls.
But
yeah.
you get mad at the ones that make it to the top that get hired by Michael Bay. It's like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, the same as like Amanda Seyfried is fucking gorgeous.
She's so pretty, yeah.
You know, but you're not mad at her.
Right. Because she's playing it the right way, right?
Yeah,
She's
wearing glasses and wearing her hair up.
And when she's a character, she can be, like Mean Girls, she can be dumb and pretty.
Right.
Right. But like Megan Fox, she's assertive and pretty. She knows she's pretty. So
you're saying
fuck her.
that this movie kind of takes advantage of the fact that Megan Fox and Diablo Cody were both kind of these unlikable women.
And here's my exact proof of that. It's named Jennifer's Body
Yeah.
after a song by Hole
Yeah.
lead singer Courtney Love.
Who I do
Now-
not like.
Same aspect. Now, she may have killed Kurt Cobain, and that's why I dislike her.
Okay, quick aside. By the way, have you
Yeah.
seen Captain Marvel yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet. God
Okay,
damn it.
this isn't a spoiler, but I'm just saying, I talked about it a little bit on the show last week, but a complaint I forgot to mention. You should not be allowed to have Nirvana and Hole on the same soundtrack. You should have to choose one. The movie had both on the same
I
soundtrack.
think you can, it's the time, man.
Well, hey,
Here's
either
the
way,
thi-
Kurt Cobain wrote all of it, so fuck it.
Here's the thing. Hole is great.
Because Kurt Cobain wrote all that music.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Without Courtney Love, Hole wouldn't be good. Her voice is awesome.
I'm gonna say without Kurt Cobain, Hole wouldn't be good because she
Okay,
wouldn't be.
sure,
she wouldn't
but
have any songs
also-
to sing.
Also, without Courtney Love, it wouldn't be good. It
Yeah.
just wouldn't be good. Courtney Love is a great actress. She's really good
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
everything she does.
Yeah, she is good. She's good.
She's really great. People hate her.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not because they think she killed Kurt Cobain. They hated her before that.
yeah. I was gonna
People
say
hated
this
her
is much
before he
that.
committed suicide.
So you think the fact that this movie is titled after a whole song is even
yeah, it's
more
even a
tying into
reference
that.
to like
Unlikable
listen,
women.
Yeah, if you dislike a woman, like just think about this. Anything Courtney Love has ever done.
Yeah.
Do you dislike David Lee Roth?
No. I love David
Has
Lee
David
Roth.
Lee Roth done anything worse than Courtney Love? I would go ahead and say yes.
I don't know. If
He's
ever,
done way worse shit,
I don't
including
know if he's
writing
ever killed nobody.
including writing a song encouraging people to commit suicide.
Might as well jump.
Yeah.
Jump.
A happy song about encouraging people to
Fuck
commit.
it.
We let our men be complicated. We let men be complicated.
Yeah.
Like, we can still listen to Norwegian death metal and be like, yeah, that
That
drummer
guy killed somebody.
That drummer killed a guy because he thought he was gay.
Yeah.
And you're still like, yeah, this is a great band.
Well, like, you
But-
know, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, like, there's so many fucking examples right now.
So
of exactly
many
what you're talking
people,
about.
you will
Yeah.
just let it slide. But little Kim gets too much plastic surgery and fuck her. Like,
Oh, and there's all those, like, got her stomach pumped because she's
Yeah.
full of cum rumors
yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that.
Every woman has to be sexual.
Well, but then it's like
everything has to be
stories
about
about
how much sex she
Fucking
has.
Led Zeppelin fucking a girl with a shark. And it's like,
Right.
And it's like, meanwhile, greatest rock band of all time.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, there's. I mean, if you
Men
think
get
that double
away with
standards
bullshit.
don't exist,
Yeah.
you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're a moron, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if a dude has weird thumbs, nobody points it out.
Fuck no.
Because they're like, he might feel self-conscious about it.
Yeah. He might go shoot up a fucking mall or something if
Yeah.
we point it out.
Well, that is actually the worry with dudes.
Yeah.
I can't point out that his shirt doesn't match with his shoes.
might go kill
because
everyone.
he might go murder 47 people. Yeah,
P.S. Man, so fucking sorry for everybody in New Zealand.
yeah.
What a fucked up chain of events.
Why-
And I don't want to get too fucking deep down this rabbit hole, but I'm just gonna say, cheers to New Zealand for trying to
acting
change
immediately.
things.
Yeah.
No thoughts and prayers in New Zealand, y'all.
Yep.
Fucking trying to change something.
Yep.
And you know, I know that a lot of our listeners are, you know, likely all about Second Amendment rights and stuff like
Right.
that. We've talked about on the show. There's a purpose for guns. I
Sure
totally
there are.
agree. But at least New Zealand's trying something.
Yeah,
they're
try
trying something.
something.
Maybe this will change things. We'll find out if they're
You
right.
know what? If it doesn't, then
I was wrong.
Then we're wrong.
Yeah, but hey,
but you know what? If it does, then fewer people will die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And either way, more effective than thoughts and fucking prayers.
Yeah. What the follow? Nobody does follow-ups anymore.
Nope.
Follow-up question to a politician saying thoughts and prayers are, what are your thoughts on it? And what have you said in your prayers about it?
Right.
No fucking journalist
Follow-up, please.
ever says, what
I would
are
like
your
to know.
thoughts on it?
I would like
your
to know.
thoughts and prayer. Okay, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Give me more.
Cool. What about it don't you like, and how could we change it?
What do you think should we do?
Fucking journalism.
I know,
it's
dude.
just like it's all about
garbage.
like you need. I hate that both sides have now become we hate the media, because one side
Right.
is we hate the media because they think for some reason they're all pushing a liberal agenda, which has never even come close to what I would call liberal. Like when
Nah.
I watch the news, I'm like, these people are conservative.
Yeah.
all
pretty
of them.
pretty rational, really. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just ridiculous how
Yeah.
like journalists have just stopped following up.
Yeah.
It's insane. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
yeah,
so-
this movie in a lot of ways is it's about, like Diablo Cody said specifically, she was writing it for teenage girls to tell them you can be anything. Like,
okay. Yeah.
you can be anybody.
Right.
And
Especially towards the end of the movie, I think we do get
Yes.
a lot of the message.
yeah, a lot of that, just
empowerment.
like you can be whoever you want. Being a woman doesn't mean you have to care about a man's feelings.
Yeah.
You don't have to be everyone's mother. You don't have to be delicate and petite and wonderful to everyone. You can be shitty and you can suck. It's fine if you're kind of a jerk to your best friend.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever. You're just a person. Be you.
Right. So it's interesting to note that this was made as a movie for teenage girls and stuff, considering that the marketing for this could not
yeah.
have been worse, because basically it seems like the guys who got a hold of the marketing for this thing decided this is a movie for horny teenage boys.
Yeah.
Because all I remember seeing is like the movie poster is just total shit. It's like Megan Fox in like a cheerleader
Right.
outfit with like a midriff exposed and like
Which is...
hell yeah. And
She's not, like... First off, she's not even a cheerleader. She's on
No.
the flag team.
Yeah.
Which, like...
Not the
He's
same.
subverting that trope already. Like,
Right.
the flag team is not the popular girls. The flag team in my high school was part of the band. So, like, she's not necessarily that popular from
Yeah.
the beginning.
So in other words, kind of like we were saying about being hot, like not even that special.
Yeah.
Right.
She's not even... She's special to Needy.
Right.
That's what's special about her, is that she's Needy's friend and she's special to her.
Sure.
And, yeah, like, I don't know, like... Yeah, that's an interesting element to this, is that she the way that they portrayed it in the commercials was that this is about the popular girls making out and getting naked.
Yeah, because I remember watching the trailers and it was just like, oh, they make out, and she says she goes both ways, and
Yeah, but it's not that. It's not that at all. Like,
Yeah.
their kiss could be complicated, for sure, for
Yeah.
some people, but
it was originally supposed to be a sex scene, just for
right,
sex
it's
scene,
supposed to
yeah.
be even further.
Yeah.
I like it, in particular because, as Diablo Cody pointed out, if the kiss had been between a male and a female character, it would be unremarkable.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would just
Yeah,
be
no
a
big deal at all.
normal scene in the movie
Yeah.
between these two people.
But the thing is I even kind of think that whenever you get to that scene, and I mean, okay, obviously it's these two gorgeous women
Yeah,
kissing and stuff.
right.
I think pretty much anybody that is watching that is
Yeah.
going to be affected in some way.
Yes,
It's
Yeah.
easy. It's easy to watch it and go like, "Oh man, this is just pandering to the male audience." But also, too, I think the point of that scene was more like to show that like this is what Needy has always wanted.
Yes, she has had.
It's from her point of view.
she
'Cause
has
also,
a
too,
physical attraction to Jennifer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because what you got to remember too is that this movie is all a Isn't that beer insane?
Yeah,
Every sip I
so
take,
good.
it's just amazing. It's like 4-dimensional flavor.
Yeah.
But this entire movie is Needy recounting the tale to us,
Right.
the viewer. It's like she is the narrator.
Yeah, so she could be unreliable, for sure.
Absolutely
Yeah.
so. And so whenever it gets to that scene and it suddenly gets like super up close and super intimate and stuff like that, it's because that's how much it meant to Needy. I don't really... And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was some like super just, average ass dude on the board of directors that was like, you should make him kiss and close up on her. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's just to show us like it's made to give us a point of view of how much Needy liked that moment and has wanted that moment and stuff.
Yeah, Diablo, Cody, and
it's her point of view.
Diablo, Cody, and Karen Kusama both said they wanted that scene in it. It was originally in the script. It was supposed to be there. And they wanted it to be there because they thought it had resonance.
Right.
Like it meant something more.
It's easy to perceive it wrong. Again, considering the marketing and stuff, where it's just like that scene right there is probably exactly what everybody that bought a ticket for this movie was expecting.
Yeah.
But that's the crazy thing about this movie to me is that considering the marketing was so obviously decided that it was like, who would like this movie? Fucking 14-year-old boys.
Right.
But then if 14-year-old boys went and saw this movie, they'd fucking hate it.
Yeah, this is not for them.
No, because
it's not up their alley.
Like you don't see fucking Megan Fox's boobs or butt or anything. There is no Megan Fox nudity whatsoever in this. There's actually, I don't really think any female nudity in this movie.
No, there's none whatsoever.
There's also not really a ton. I mean, there's some gore, but there's not like a ton. But the sex is really what sold this movie.
Yeah.
And if you're a 14-year-old boy and you go see this flick with your expectations and you get, oh shit, female characters with actual depth and relationships.
Yeah. I don't get this.
Yeah, and like a sex scene that's honestly, it sounds super corny, that's more of like a love scene.
Yeah.
And also, even though there's blood running in the walls.
And is also like the kiss in context is being used to stop Needy from asking questions.
It's manipulative.
It's manipulative kiss. It's not
sexy time, really.
It's not sexy time. It's supposed to be used to manipulate her.
Yeah.
And that's a negative. Okay, so in 2018, Constance Grady, writing for Vox, attributed the film's initially poor reception to the reviewer's assumption that a teen horror flick is intended for a straight male audience.
Typically, yeah.
And that if a film failed to meet that audience's expectations, it failed as a film.
Okay.
And so she points to a particular review from the time that states, if you're in search for a way to see Megan Fox's body, there are a lot better ways to do it than subjecting yourself to this.
Huh.
So the reviewers
even missing
at
the point.
the time were missing the point. Like
the viewers are like, we wanted to see her boobs and butt.
Yeah, what was the review gonna be? Boobs were there, good. Like, what?
Butt was nice.
But I like. I don't understand.
But again, that is completely playing into your expectation of the fact that this is Megan Fox in the movie.
Right.
So you're just like, well, she's just some slut. I guess she'll show her boobs.
Yeah, and it doesn't play that way. And
the movie would be worse if it did.
Oh yeah, it would be terrible. But
it would be worse.
Oh, you know what? Here's what I'll tell you right now.
Tell me.
There are some other horror movie podcasts that would love it a whole lot more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We would see it on Instagram a whole lot more. You'd see a whole lot more people talking about it, and they'd be defending it, and they'd be talking about it as though it was this important, not important, but as though it was important in their life.
Yeah.
It was a modern classic because it showed boobs.
It was my expectations.
It was exactly what I expected. It was gore and boobs.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's boring. I think once we got to the point where porn was on demand and easy to get to, like,
you don't need to go to the movie theater to see a boob.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't need that. Oh my gosh, you can't see Megan Fox's boobs. Well, you can see a million other boobs.
Yeah. How important is it to you? Do you know her?
Yeah, like, have you guys had like some past interactions that make you think like her boobs have like...
They'd be better than other boobs, I'm sure.
They're uber boobs. Like, yeah.
The thing that's so funny about this is, like, I know that these are thoughts that go through,
Yes.
like, man-lizard brain,
Man,
without a doubt.
I remember, and I'm not dissing on Britney Spears here with this story.
Yeah.
Because I like me some Brit.
Leave Britney alone.
But I remember when Britney Spears' first album came out, I was talking to a guy in class. This was in high school. Talking to a guy in class, and he was like, "You got that new Britney Spears album?" And I was like, "No."
No.
And he was like, "Why not? She's hot." And I was like,
I can't hear it through the CD,
I was
dude.
like, yeah, you can see pictures of her like on TV. Like, what?
Yeah.
Why do you need the CD for that? Like there's just this weird like.
Yeah, her CD. She's hot.
Okay.
That's like one of the most amazingly like male sentences I've ever heard.
Oh, and that's the thing is if you're writing for teenage boy audiences, those are the minds you're writing for, and there's just not much to mine there anymore. We've done it. Like,
yeah.
All of the things you could say about the teenage boy mind have been said.
Yeah.
And most of it was said with the first movie aimed at them.
Likely.
Like there's not a whole lot there. So it's nice to see a horror movie about sexy women aimed at women. Aimed at teenage girls in particular.
Right.
Where it's like, we can take this, we can subvert it, and we can make it empowering.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But, you know, that's the weird thing about it, though, is that, like I said, this is definitely aimed at a demographic that wouldn't like this movie.
Well, yeah, no, the previews and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so.
they were definitely aimed at the wrong audience.
And so this movie cost, I think it was like $16 million to make.
Yeah.
And I want to say off of its theatrical run, it made like 16.2 or 16.9 or something like that, which means it did not cover the marketing budget and stuff too. Like 16 million was a production budget.
Right, yeah.
Not
Marketing,
the
yeah, they never factored the marketing into the budget. Don't know why.
Which is probably
I
at
do
least
know why.
equal.
It's the studio's way of retaining power. Because then if your movie cost 20 million and it made 50 million, they can say,
we did it, huh? $30 million.
Well, they can say, well, we spent 40 million advertising it.
We lost.
We lost.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, what the fuck? That was stupid. Why did you spend 40 million advertising?
So this movie totally took a bath whenever it came out, but it's just because the wrong people were watching it.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, I know so many chicks that are into horror movies and stuff that would love to see a horror movie for them.
Women tend to love true crime and horror, and it's really weird.
Oh, God, yeah, dude.
Horror is only now catching up to the fact that
I know more chicks that are into like true crime and stuff than guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, way more women are I think it's because women have to think about the daily fact of possibly being attacked.
Oh, exactly fucking right. Are you kidding?
Yeah, so...
Yeah. No, I think I was about to say the same thing if you didn't. I think that's why chicks like it, is because they're like, what could happen to me? Let's observe.
Right, yeah. And preparing for it. It is cathartic in some way.
Meanwhile, guys
obviously.
are like, how'd that guy get caught? I shouldn't get caught, so I should learn how he got caught.
I react negatively to that because that is how we think.
Yeah.
That is seriously, we watch.
How'd that guy fuck up?
Though, to be honest, from my experience of women who love true crime, they're also thinking the same thing. All right, don't do that if you don't want to get caught.
Yeah, exactly right.
But
I just wonder how this movie would have done if it was marketed correctly. Again, it's one of those things that has enjoyed a renaissance, a resurgence in the streaming and downloadable world and stuff. But
and the humor stands up. There, like,
let's talk about the humor.
He does have a problem of whether it's a comedy or a horror movie. There's sort of like fighting.
Yeah, it doesn't quite commit.
But the jokes are still funny. The jokes that are there are funny, but they're more few and far between. It's more like just witty turns of phrase that aren't necessarily
Gilmore Girls-ish.
Yeah, it's very Gilmore Girls.
What's up, Vagisil?
Yeah, which I love. I love Gilmore Girls, and I really like Diablo Cody's method of writing, but I've also said in the past that I don't like Kevin Smith's dialogue, and it is not a stretch to say Diablo Cody and Kevin Smith's dialogue are very similar.
Well, from what, again, I've only seen Juno and this, so I can't really comment too much, but the feedback that I seem to have gotten is that that she just kind of tends to write the same character over and over. Which again, you could say the same thing about Kevin Smith, and I love Kevin Smith, obviously.
Yeah, I think young adult pushes it a little bit, but yeah, it is still a woman in the middle. Like this is what Kate said: a woman in the middle of a transformation, a woman changing, transforming, and becoming something new. Juno, it's a young girl becoming pregnant and seeing the world in a new way. Here it is a girl who, you know, she's very attractive, etc., blah blah blah, but she has not been exposed to the evil of the world, which is personified by this band Low Shoulder, who take complete advantage of her and sacrifice her, and they do suck. Horrible music. They play one song, and the movie is not saying this song is good. That's just something you should recognize when watching this movie, is that the movie is not saying this band is good, this song is good. The movie is saying specifically this band sucks. Yeah. And their song sucks, and they wouldn't be popular without this major event occurring.
And I want to talk about this movie's relationship to tragedy, and as the movie calls it, tragedy boners. I want to talk about that in a minute. But let's get to the humor element first, because that was something you mentioned a second ago that really I was not expecting out of this movie. I was not expecting it to be comedic. And whenever the movie gets going and we've got stuff like J.K. Simmons with a hook hand for zero reason.
Yeah, he's so dedicated to this tiny little role.
I love
it.
Toupee.
A horrible toupee.
Like, I was seriously expecting, I was like, oh shit, that's J.K. Simmons. Why is he wearing a toupee? He has a fucking hook hand?
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to come into play at some point later. It doesn't.
And Amy Sedaris' like weird...
Amy Sedaris is the mom, dude.
Yeah, and her weird like religiousness that actually does come back to play a little bit later when Needy, like whenever Jennifer takes Needy's boyfriend, and Needy's like, she's like Saint Jude, or Jude, saint of lost causes, please help me beat this bitch's ass or whatever. Like,
which might be kind of a Carrie thing.
Yeah, too. It's kind of a Carrie thing, and that's the thing, is that her mom has that weird sort of religiosity to her, and she has it, and it is a Carrie thing, but it's also like it makes this character that you only see for a brief moment. Amy Sedaris is only in this for what? The one scene?
I mean, insanely underused, because Amy Sedaris
she's amazing.
Is a treasure.
She's hilarious. She is Princess Carolyn. Fucking
dude,
Mimi
she's hilarious. She's hilarious in
everybody.
Elf, dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've never declawed kittens before. All right, bring them over. Like, dude, she is the shit.
She's so funny.
And in fuck, what's it called? Oh, damn it. What was the Comedy Central series?
Oh, Strangers with Candy.
Thank you. Strangers with Candy. So funny.
Yes.
So fucking funny.
She's great.
And then even, you know, kind of, and this is a bit of humor that goes back to what you were talking about Chip being written as the girlfriend. Whenever Chip's mom gives him like girl mace, and it's like in a pink, like pretty can, but it's like rapist mace or whatever. Right. Like, even that is like a weird bit of kind of emasculating humor that you wouldn't question if it was being given to a girl.
But everybody should carry mace. I do.
Yeah,
carry it.
That's probably a good idea.
Yes, it's a good idea. You know what you don't want to happen? A high school fight on the street.
Well, also,
every dude thinks, oh, I could beat somebody in a fight.
Not an 18-year-old. They'll beat you fucking up.
Yeah. You're dealing with people that'll beat the fuck out of you because they've stopped you to rob you. Spray capsaicin in their eyes and
away.
Walk away.
You've also had your throat cut by a bomb.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've had the situation where I almost died, and it's like you're not impressing anybody.
Yeah.
Who would I have impressed if I beat that guy in a fist fight?
Is that what That Don't Impress Me Much was really about?
I think so. Okay. So you got in a fist fight. That don't impress me much.
Oh. But there's funny stuff going on.
Yeah.
All over this movie. And it's the kind of thing where, like, I think if I watched it again, I would probably laugh more.
Right.
Because my expectation was not for there to be humor in this movie. So when funny stuff happened, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, did you notice in the high school, there's like posters for What Happened to Baby Jane the musical?
I didn't.
What the fuck?
I didn't see that. What? That's hilarious.
Yeah, like that's like something that would happen on Strangers with Candy.
Yes, it is.
Where it's just like, what the fuck is that? That's hilarious. You know, there's
That's
really
great.
funny stuff going on, and of course, there's really great stuff going on with even a lot of Jennifer's dialogue and stuff. Like she gets fucking stabbed with that pole, and she's like, "Got a tampon,"
Right? Yeah.
and well, dude, like okay, even funny stuff that I'll get into this later and stuff too. But like that scene where like the band is about to murder her, and she's like, "I could just get you guys a manager.
I could be part of your street team."
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
it's like that's really funny, and she delivers that stuff
fun.
very well.
That actually makes that moment more horrific, because to think about the jokes flying right before you all sacrifice a girl, it's like, man, that's callous. That's real cold.
Yeah,
That's real cold right there.
the humor in this really kind of took me back. I was not quite expecting it.
Well, Diablo Cody sat down to write a straight slasher. Like
Okay,
that's
so
what
that's where it
she
started.
intended to do, was to write a straight slasher that was going to be sort of subvert a lot of the things and be more female empowering.
Mhm.
But the comedy just comes natural to her, so the comedy kept sneaking in. And in the end, I do think what you get is a movie that is not quite a comedy, not quite horror. Like the comedy and horror kind of fight.
yeah,
They don't merge well.
it's not like again,
every time.
Shaun of the Dead is the perfect horror comedy
Yes,
where it's
it
like
is.
it is actually scary and dreadful at times, but also
Simultaneously, yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, whereas
Yeah.
like What We Do in the Shadows is just funny.
Yeah, pretty
but
much
also has
just
horror
comedy.
elements. Yeah, this is hard to define as either.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't
It's
fit
kind of awkwardly
either.
treading the line
Yeah.
as far as being either one, because and again maybe it goes back to the fact that this movie had serious things to say,
Yes, it
but
did.
it also couldn't help but be kind of funny. It's like, I mean, if I wrote a movie or whatever, it's like I couldn't help but inject a little bit of humor into it because
Sure.
I like funny stuff.
Yeah.
That's who I am. You know, so maybe it was kind of having a little bit of a identity crisis as far as what it was trying to be.
You know what maybe it is, though, that we're having trouble with is where, like, you watch so many horror movies and you see so many horror movies try to attempt humor
Yeah.
and fail miserably
just
at it.
horribly, yeah.
That seeing a horror movie where they don't fail at the comedy, it's like, what
Kinda-
is this? Like,
it doesn't
It
meet
either
your
has to be a
expectation.
comedy horror,
Yeah.
or just fail at comedy completely.
Right.
Like,
and be so
but-
bad that it's funny.
But this is in between that, where the comedy succeeds and also the horror elements succeed. But like,
right. In other words,
we
you're
don't
saying
know how to deal with it.
Yeah, we've not quite-
seen it before.
we don't have we're not quite sure to put it in the filing cabinet.
Right,
Is
yeah.
what you're saying.
And Shaun of the Dead came out around 2007, so a couple of years before this.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah,
I forget how old that movie is.
yeah,
God, it's so good.
it's so good. But yeah, like there are very few horror comedies that do the Shaun of the Dead thing where they can have horror and comedy simultaneously. And this movie tries it and doesn't fail at either, but doesn't succeed at combining the two, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, what I think that this movie is really kind of about. I want to see what your thoughts on
Okay.
this are too, as far as like what this movie is actually truly trying to say and what
Yeah.
it's trying to explore. Because that's the great thing about horror is that it gives us many lenses to explore
Right.
real life topics through. I think that this movie, in a lot of ways, that beer is seriously insane. I
It's
know.
driving me
It like
crazy.
every sip like drives me
Every
nuts.
sip, like, what is this?
I know.
This is so good.
It's a mystery fluid.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what this movie is really trying to explore in a lot of ways is, I think the nature of codependent relationships,
Yeah.
and the nature of victims and predators in a lot of ways.
Uh-huh.
Because if you watch this movie and you think about it, there is kind of this food chain, let's say, of
Predators
people-
and prey.
yeah. And you could even strip it down further and say people that want to fuck people that don't want to fuck them,
Okay.
that also
Yeah.
have people above them that they want to fuck that don't want
wanna
to fuck them.
Yeah.
So it's like the food chain would go something like, let's say, Needy.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's start with Needy. Really is into Jennifer,
right.
and they have this codependent thing going on.
Uh-huh.
Jennifer is not interested in Needy,
No,
but she strings her along.
she does.
Jennifer really wants to fuck the guys in this band. The band does not want to fuck her. They only want to use her.
Not interested.
Well, and again,
they refer to her as like the butter queen or like something ridiculous where it's just like implying that she's pretty for the area but not pretty overall.
Right. Because it's like a small town and stuff. Devil's Kettle.
Yeah.
But it's like you've got Jennifer taking advantage of Needy just to get what she wants, which is to kind of be her wingman of sorts to make her look hotter by downplaying herself.
Yeah.
You've got the band that only wants to use Jennifer to gain fame and allegiance with Satan and stuff by sacrificing her. And then even above that, you've got even, Satan and the demons that doesn't really give a fuck about this band.
Right. Or the American public that doesn't give a fuck about this band, that they need to make a deal with Satan to actually. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that the way this movie explores this is really interesting because you see, initially, I think your first thoughts would be like, man, Jennifer is really just mistreating Needy and stuff.
Right.
To get whatever she wants and flirt with guys and make herself look better and stuff. But then, again, there's this food chain that's above her.
Right.
Too, that just wants to take advantage of her. It just goes to show you that whoever it is that you're idolizing, they idolize somebody else, and
there's
that person idolizes somebody else. Yeah, there's always a big fish. Yeah, and I think that what's cool is at the end of this movie, I think that Needy figures that out.
Yes.
I think that very specifically, like after Needy has her confrontation with the demonized Jennifer, who like bites her and stuff but doesn't kill her.
Right.
And then there's that thing about like after you get bitten by a demon and
you
survive,
absorb some demon powers. Yeah.
Yeah, which is to say, after you get out of one of these parasitic relationships by breaking the BFF necklace is very obvious.
Right.
After you get out of one of these relationships and realize what it is, you gain power from it.
That's true.
And
even if that's not the message of this, which I think you're right,
absolutely true.
That is an absolute truth.
But then the thing about it is that after she gets away from this, after she gets out of Jennifer's parasitic relationship and stuff and breaks away from her, she realizes that who's to blame here is the person that's above them, the band.
Right.
Which is why she goes and kills the band. She
I
realizes
love that, by the way.
Right. There's this ladder kind of effect here where it's like, don't be mad at the person that's treating you like shit. Be mad at the person that trained them to treat you like shit.
Exactly. Oh my God. This is my entire fucking philosophy on life. Like, stop being mad at the people that are like just incrementally above you.
Right. Yeah.
Start recognizing that there are people way above all of this that are making this happen that need to be taken out. But yeah, like I love the ending. I love that she it's got this great happy ending, but it's like happening in the credits.
Yeah, which I do love that it takes place during the credits.
Yeah, like it's like this is tacked on, but it'll make you happy to watch. It'll make you happy to see this band get what they deserve.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. But you're right, like that is exactly like one of the main parts of this is, and I think maybe coming from Diablo Cody, I think comes from Minnesota or something like that. Some sort of backwoods place. I think maybe that's her way of saying like, you know what, I've gotten out of that. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm a bigger fish and I can see like all that bullshit I was worried about the whole time. Like all those fish in between were so useless. Like you can just move beyond it. You can just say like, I'm not trying
past
to impress
it and see the next bigger fish.
Yeah, everybody else is in charge is what you start seeing. And when you stop letting the smaller fish tell you what to do, you become empowered.
Right.
And yeah, she becomes a Kicker, man. A kicker. Yeah, like she becomes a badass.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's a real cool sort of transformation. I think this movie, like, the fact that it's titled Jennifer's Body and the way that it was advertised made it seem like it's about Jennifer, Megan Fox's character. But she has she has a major role in Needy's story. But she's like a speed bump almost along the way of Needy becoming this badass.
Yeah, total hard ass. For sure, man.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you get out of the movie? Do you have any other interpretations of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I would say that, like, this movie seems to have a lot to say about women just not caring, like trying to not care, being very important. And I think that that's one of the elements of it, is that, like, you have to realize that everybody's a small fish in a big pond. Like, nobody's really the big fish. Everybody's fighting all these other fish for this power, and like all you got to do as a woman is what a man has to do as a man. And like actually Megan Fox said this about the role. She said, I was just flying freely and I hope some of it kind of works.
Wow.
And I realized that's what I do every single day. Like, I didn't realize for a woman that was an
like
event.
a thing. Right.
That's an event.
Yeah, that's just Tuesday for a dude.
Yeah, for a dude, I wake up and I just do whatever and think like, oh, I hope it works.
Right.
Like that this movie is about like teaching women to say like, yeah, you can do that too. You can stop caring.
Right.
You can just be you. That's a great fucking message. I love that. Now, we've talked about the movie's not perfect. It has its issues, for sure. But in the end, I love the message, and I love the humor, and I love the way that Megan Fox plays her role and the way Amanda Seyfried plays her role. Like, they really bring an interesting perspective to these roles.
Right, for sure.
And make it, in the end, a movie that I will continue to watch.
Well, and going back to the narrative of, again, predators and victims,
right,
and that food chain that I'm kind of talking about too. We mentioned a second ago that the movie uses a specific phrase, tragedy burners.
Right.
Which I think is really funny.
It is funny.
And also all too American.
Yeah.
Where, every time that something fucking horrible happens here, for better or worse, we all tend to band together and hold hands and stuff like that. Right. But ultimately, again, just beyond us on the food chain are people taking advantage of that. Like, I remember after 9/11, it's like you couldn't go to any checkout counter and not see any kind of like red, white, and blue trinket available for sale to you.
And you were made to buy it to prove your patriotism.
Exactly right. Exactly.
Right. But the person who's selling it is proving how much money they want.
Well, and in this movie too, it's like it goes above and beyond to show you that this band played this show. Right. There was this fire that got started, which is kind of questionable. I don't really know how.
Yeah, I was very
suddenly this curtain was on fire.
That's why I said that it's like the Carrie scene, because it almost seems like Needy maybe causes it in some ways. Like she's staring at the area where it starts.
And she's obviously jealous of the band,
right?
And maybe Needy has powers, like maybe those psychic visions and stuff you see. That
maybe
she has.
that's all power. Maybe it's not. Jennifer projecting that,
right? Maybe she's always had this power.
She's always been, because she does know that Jennifer's at her house before Jennifer is even announced.
Yeah, and like she knows that Jennifer's like kissing her boyfriend when she's at prom and stuff. Like she knows.
Yeah, she knows those things. So yeah, that's interesting.
I hadn't thought about that. Maybe she had this power all along, but she just didn't know it because she was trying to stay on her rung on the ladder.
Maybe
I hadn't thought about that.
That's very interesting.
That's pretty cool. I just thought about that. But, the thing is like this band is playing this show and they fucking suck. They're horrible.
They're real bad.
They're like a very like 2001 MySpace emo band.
Yeah, this movie is definitely not set in 2009.
Feels a little before its time for sure. But they're playing this show and this fire breaks out and like a bunch of people die at this club. But then it's like
not Star-Lord though.
No.
Chris Pratt is in this movie, by the way.
Chris Pratt, dude. Like, back when he was kind of chubby.
Yeah, it was like right before Parks and Rec started and stuff, yeah.
Like, we were watching it, and I was like, man, that guy looks like, oh my God, is that Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
And I checked, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
And in the movie, he's basically just the guy that fucked Jennifer in the ass.
Yeah, he is, but he's also... what's real surprising to me is he's only in it for a brief time.
Oh yeah, seriously, like he has like 4 or 5 lines.
But his reaction to the way she talks to him seems like he may be way more into her,
I think
than she is into him. Which I actually thought like established a lot about her character.
Yeah,
but also made me be like, oh, that's sad.
Right,
poor Star-Lord.
Yeah. So this fire breaks out, a bunch of people die. Like, as this thing is going on, like, Jennifer's in shock. The guys from the band are like, "Oh, hey, yeah, you should drink this. You should go to someplace familiar like our van." They're taking advantage.
Yeah, Adam Brody, he's great in this, but like,
he's a total fucking creep.
Total fucking creep. Yep.
But it's like there are these people that take advantage of knowing that whenever a tragedy happens, well, people are going to be vulnerable.
Yeah, now's the time to strike.
Yeah, more open to suggestion of whatever I want you to do.
Yep.
Patriot Act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it's completely that.
Iraq War. Yeah, it's just like I can throw out any two words.
Yeah.
And it's patriotism somehow.
Bush Cheney.
Bush Cheney, yeah. Why would you ever vote for anyone else, right?
Yeah. And even Jennifer, like after Jennifer has gone through this, she starts taking advantage of it and taking advantage of the fact that all these boys are in more vulnerable emotional states.
Well, I mean, let's talk about that real quick. We have to point out that Jennifer in this movie is a complete innocent who is killed within the first act of the movie.
Yeah.
And the person we see after that is a demon.
It's not really her. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, in what you're saying, that is exactly what she starts doing, is taking advantage of these boys and taking advantage of like she does it with the one guy, like his friend died in the fire.
Yeah.
And she's
like seducing him and is like, "Do you remember what's his name and when he died or whatever?"
It's real creepy.
Just basically trying to cripple him and get him emotional and stuff. So
and that's what she says about the emo kid, Colin. Yeah. That, like, she needs him to be
helpless and sad or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember what she says.
Yeah, so she's taking advantage. Right. In a lot of ways, she's doing exactly what you're saying. She is in several ways exactly like the band. Just taking advantage of a tragedy to get what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, again, goes into the whole food chain things that I was talking about, too. Very well played.
Yeah.
And also, I think another narrative that this movie is trying to portray to us as well is, like, if you look at the dynamic between Needy and Jennifer, I think that in so many ways, like, Jennifer is very much like the idealized male concept of a woman.
Right. Okay.
I mean, again, going back to just real life stuff here, it's like Megan Fox looks like if a Joe Madureira comic book character came to life. Like, if a comic book character drew a woman and made her real, like Weird Science to her, it would look like Megan Fox. Like, she was like
if you remade Weird Science in 2010, it would have been Megan Fox. Yeah.
It's like, dude, she is already, just tiny as shit, and she apparently lost like 15 pounds
for this
movie.
Wow.
Yeah, she lost 15 pounds for this flick. And it's like, you got to think, like, okay, if you're a dude that weighs 185, that's not that much, but it's like, if you're a woman that already weighs 100 pounds, that's like a considerable amount of your fucking body weight.
Wow.
Because she's tiny.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I mean, that's dedication, and like, it's dedication in a sense that it's like,
fucking
Christian how
Bale.
Like, Christian Bale in The Machinist, like,
change your body for a role.
Yeah, to just completely become
Which again goes back to, like, she's a more in-depth actress than I give her credit for.
Yeah,
really, really. But I think that she portrays very much this, like, very idealized male personification of a woman. Where it's like, even like whenever she gets stabbed in the heart, she's like, "My tit."
Yeah, my tit. Yeah, well, that's the thing is, I think she's supposed to be a succubus, right? Like,
yeah, that's the impression I get.
I mean, like, some of the elements aren't entirely there. She's not trying to steal a man's sperm so that an incubus can put it in another woman.
I mean, it's like kind of implied with the way that she's like seducing guys, but not to that extent.
It's not the full succubus thing, but like. Yeah, she's not. By the time she has been replaced demonically, like, she's not supposed to be good in any sense. Like, she's really just playing on what Jennifer knows about Needy and knows about all these people to get what she wants.
Right.
Which isn't too far removed from the Jennifer that existed before.
Yeah.
But that Jennifer was innocent. In the sense that she was just having fun. She was just being a teenage girl.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Jennifer, once she's demonically possessed, is, malignant. She's trying to hurt. She's trying to cause harm. She's trying to kill.
But meanwhile, like, okay, I'll put it this way. So you've got Jennifer, who is written as this very idealized male concept of hot girl. And, you know, again, we actually never see her show anything. We never actually see her have sex with a guy.
No. The only time
this very
she's
teasy, flirty thing.
The only time she's partially nude with a guy is when she's seducing that guy in the woods and she unzips
her like hoodie, yeah.
And then she is nude in the lake, but she's only doing that to wash off the blood.
Yeah.
So it's utilitarian. It's not supposed to be sexy.
Meanwhile, we have the character of Needy, who is Amanda Seyfried, who is an actual real-life gorgeous-ass person.
Very pretty.
And she is written like a real-life person.
Yes, she's a normal person.
Exactly. She's completely normal. She has sex like a normal person.
Yeah.
She'll wear glasses.
Yeah.
She'll wear hair up, whatever.
Yeah, her hair doesn't look perfect in every scene, or even when she goes to the formal, looks ridiculous.
Again, that's a bit of humor that is just like, why is she wearing this 80s prom dress?
Because that's what her mom could afford. Like, that's her mom did her hair. Like, she's
I feel like there was a joke that was like missing somewhere.
Maybe.
There. Like, there's a deleted scene that shows that her mom is like obsessed with the 80s and is like, this is what boys
there's
still
definitely
like.
that mid 2000s re-obsession with the 80s. Remember everybody was throwing 80s parties and stuff. Like, maybe
for sure.
some of that.
We went to one of those one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there is a little bit of that, but I still feel like there's like a joke missing or something somewhere there.
Maybe, yeah.
But I still like the fact that even though they show Megan Fox as, again, this hypersexualized male idealized version of hot girl, there's also so many moments of, let's say, vulnerability where, I mean, obviously the scene where she's about to be murdered and she's like fucking freaking out.
Yes, that's extremely vulnerable.
Yeah, like the movie got kind of real.
Yes, it was very sad. Yeah. I did not like that
Again,
part.
it's kind of pinned with humor where it's like, I could just get you an agent, and then they start singing A67539 and stuff.
Which gets gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's like, it gets a little bit scarier right there. And then also, too, that scene where she starts perceiving herself as ugly because she's not fed on a dude, and she just looks like a normal person.
Yeah, when she's smearing makeup on her face.
And she seems super distraught about it.
Yeah.
And I even think that the fact that, like, the movie is trying to play off that Megan Fox is, like, ugly because her hair is, like, kind of flat and she has, like, a blemish or two on her face.
But, I mean, that's how she feels. Like, that's how she feels about herself. Like, I don't know.
But you're still watching this going...
That's
dude,
comical.
You're not fucking ugly.
You're still and that's what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be funny in that moment where she says, "This must be how
normal people feel."
Normal people feel, and it's like, but like even right now, you're prettier than most normal.
Yeah,
people.
you're still above average, right?
Your hair's flat, so
right?
what?
Yeah, but to the male standard.
Right.
You know, which I think is what her character is specifically written for. It's like, okay, yeah, by that standard, you're not perfect. So, yeah. So I think there's something. I think there's something to that too. You know, but again, do you think that duality of real women versus not real women is there?
It is. It is. And the concept, by the way, that like one of the concepts that really strikes me here is that like people look at Megan Fox, and I'm not talking about just Jennifer in this movie. I'm talking about Megan Fox, the person. People look at Megan Fox, and they don't see her as a person who takes shits. They don't see her as a person who accidentally says the wrong thing. They don't see her as a person.
Yeah, because you're gorgeous. You must be.
She is her the facial features she has. She can't be more than that. And this movie actually starts with that. It says...
Hell is a teenage girl.
Yeah, but it's showing the yearbook pictures, and Amanda Seyfried is narrating it. She says, we were our yearbook pictures.
Right.
And, like, that's the way Megan Fox is always perceived. She is always perceived as physical features. She's never perceived as human.
Mel Bay's Transformers.
Yes.
That's just all she's perceived as.
She's not human.
Right.
And so, like, yeah, like, there's so much to be dealt with in this movie that I can see why somebody would watch this movie and say it's too much, or there's too much here, or I don't get all of this.
Yeah.
But the idea to me that people saw this movie and just flat out didn't like it is like, I don't know what you expected it to be.
If you're a 14-year-old boy that wanted to see Bobe, then
yeah, well, I
maybe.
get that then, but like in
Fucking grow up,
2009, you had the internet.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Just go see boobs then. Like, isn't it nice to be able to compartmentalize now? Like in the 80s, you had to go to B movies and horror movies and bad comedies to see your boobs.
Right.
And now, if you want to see a nude person, you can see a nude person and do whatever it is you do while seeing nude people. For me, it's masturbating. I don't know what other people do.
Jump on a trampoline.
And then you can be like, you know what? I'd also like now to watch a movie.
To hear a story and a narrative.
And if this movie has boobs, then I'll be like, why?
Right. Yeah. But like, why the boob?
Why is this happening? This fits the story. Or, well, that seems gratuitous.
Right. Like, you can enjoy it in perspective now.
Yes, exactly. So, like, I don't know why you would in 2009 be going to watch a movie called Jennifer's Body hoping to see someone naked.
Well, and the thing about this movie is like, I don't think that anybody could complain about the acting in this flick. Like, I can't really think of anybody who does a shit job. Like,
nobody does bad in this movie.
Obviously, Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried and J.K. Simmons are all very well known.
Right, yeah.
But even like the dude that plays Chip.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
in a bunch of... he's in Haunting in Connecticut. He's in Red State.
Oh, he's in Haunting... Oh, yes. That's what I knew him from, his Red State.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of other stuff. He's good. He's really good.
Chip is in Red State? Yeah. I know that the goth guy...
Oh, no, the goth guy.
The goth guy's in Red State.
I was thinking of... what is his name? Klibs.
Yeah, that guy.
Whatever his name is.
Klibslem. Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
But like everybody does a really good, convincing job. It's like whether they're being humorous or whether they're being serious or whatever. It's a well-acted movie. Like,
it is.
One thing I cannot complain about this is the acting and stuff.
Yep.
You know, again, some of the tone is a little bit all over the place. There's some things that go unexplained, like her psychic powers and stuff.
Right, yeah.
But again, now that we've talked about it, and we're just like, she had the power all along, and she just didn't even recognize it.
Yeah, if I watched it again, it might be pretty clear, actually.
Yeah, it might be better, actually, if I see it with that in mind.
Yeah.
One thing I couldn't quite figure out was, okay, whenever Jennifer is, like, murdering a dude, sometimes there's animals around.
Yeah, well, when she murders the guy in the forest, a bunch of them show up.
It's like Snow White, like
when she murders the emo guy, a bunch of rats
show up, yeah. I don't quite understand what the tie-in there is, as far as like, why do animals show up to witness
I think maybe
this
it's
demon?
a tie-in to nature. I didn't think about this much. I'm just thinking about it out loud right now. But I think maybe it's a tie-in to nature that like, demons are tied to nature and
witchcraft and stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
like her demonic lure that helps lure these boys in might also lure in animals, because obviously the animals that showed up wouldn't normally hang out together. Like maybe they were being,
there's like badgers and foxes and deer.
Maybe they were being unnaturally lured by her scent or something.
Yeah. I couldn't quite make sense of that.
Yeah.
That's one of those things I would like to know.
Well, I looked up, like I read up on succubus and like succubi.
Yeah.
A bit, just trying to look, because like it's also mentioned that she's warm when the guy touches her in the forest. He says you're really warm. Like I was looking to see if those were normal characteristics of succubi, but I didn't see any mention of that.
Right.
So I'm not positive what they were going for with that.
There's also the whole the devil's kettle, that like whirlpool thing.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that I thought would pay off bigger. Like earlier in the movie,
all it really pays off for is to hide the knife that they used to kill her with.
But then at the same time, it's just like these scientists have been working for years to figure out what happens when you put stuff in this hole, and it's like it goes down the road a little ways.
Right.
Because like later in the movie, we see the murder knife show up as well as the like red rubber balls that they had.
Yeah.
They show back up. It's like it's not that hard to figure out what happens to the stuff in this hole. Like I honestly kind of figured that. And this to me would have been maybe a cooler way to sum this thing up.
Uh-huh.
But it's like maybe if the way that we see that Jennifer seems to be like kind of undead and unkillable.
Yeah.
Maybe the ending could have been that instead of her killing her with a box cutter, she has to throw her into this devil's hole.
Oh, yeah, that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, that would have tied things up. Like, you wouldn't have gotten that nice thing where her mom walks in. Like, honestly, that scene where Jennifer's mom walks in. And,
it makes you think, was any of this real?
Yeah.
That was a thought I had.
Me too.
Several times, like, especially just trying to make sense of some of it was like, how much of this is actually real?
I know, and that's something too that crossed my mind as well, is like with the narrative being framed around as, hi, I'm a person in a mental asylum that kicks people, that is telling you a story about why I got here.
Now that story's obviously true.
Obviously 100% factual. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Like, maybe this whole story that we watched is bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? I don't really know. But the whole devil's kettle thing and that whirlpool, it just seems like
it should have paid off more.
That should have paid off more. Yeah. Again, it should have been
but I mean, instead of taking
Princess Leia flying the ship into the other ship to kamikaze it, it should have been that.
Sorry, that was Admiral Holdo.
I know. It should have been Carrie Fisher.
You're saying it should have been Carrie Fisher?
Absolutely. Yeah, she died in real life.
If they knew she was dying in real life, they probably would have done that.
They should have done that. At least Akbar.
You're right.
Say it again. It should have been Akbar.
It should not have been Akbar. But
been Akbar.
If it were Akbar, we know exactly what he would have said.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whirlpool thing, I think, could have come back.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, instead of taking him to the pool, taking Needy's boyfriend Chip to the pool, she should have taken him to the falls.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense.
Oh, yeah. That totally made sense.
Because, I mean, that is one of our opening images, and you need to play those back in. Like, those all need to... Like, normally, when you're talking about visual storytelling, in your opening, say, 5 minutes of your movie, a lot of those opening images need to come back in some way in your last 5 minutes or need to pay off. And one of the opening images is Needy talking about Devil's Kettle and showing the scientists.
Right. Yeah, it's right there at the first of the movie.
Pay off.
Sure.
And it doesn't.
Yeah,
that is definitely a problem.
If I can point out one more thing that I liked about the flick.
Yeah.
That scene, I think it's after Jennifer kills the goth guy.
Uh-huh.
And he's laying there. He's got that big hole in his side, and she's kind of like pulling the blood in her hands.
Drinking the blood out of her
hands. That
is
just shockingly brutal.
It is.
Some of the gore in this is good. I think it could have been gorier.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with seeing some guts getting ripped out and stuff like that. But I think the gore that we see is well done. And the special effects are like, for 2009 CGI and stuff, it's not bad.
It's almost all practical as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that explains it.
Not a lot of that is CGI. Yeah. The black stuff she spits out.
Yeah.
The stuff coming out of her mouth is Hershey syrup.
I thought that would come back more too, where like where they show it and it almost looks like that magnetic ferrofluid where it's like spiky and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that would come back, but it didn't really.
They did CGI to make it look like that.
Did they CGI that Boston Market chicken? Because that looked really gross.
I think that was a real one.
I love a rotisserie chicken.
I do too. When her jaw sort of opens up, that is they did a head cast of her, and that is all practical except for the inside of the mouth itself is CGI a little bit. So they did very minimal CGI.
Whenever I saw that, I was like, damn, that actually looked okay.
Yeah.
For a 10-year-old CGI,
Yeah, because they went practical mostly. And Karen Kusama said specifically, like, the horror movies that we're working off of, they did practical effects. So we wanted to stick mostly to practical effects so it looks real.
Did you catch the cameo at the very end of the movie? Whenever she gets picked up by a guy.
Oh, yeah, Lance Henriksen.
Fucking Lance Henriksen. Dude, we were watching it, and I was like, I paused the movie, and I was like, what is he doing in this movie? It's like,
what is he doing here?
What is he doing here? It's like, is that seriously fucking Lance Henriksen? And I paused it, and it showed up like on Amazon. It's like Lance Henriksen as the driver.
Yeah.
And I couldn't fucking believe it. Do you think that was a direct tribute to The Hitcher?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it was seriously just like they really liked that movie and they're like, I don't know, let's have him pick her up.
Yeah, I think it's a direct reference to The Hitcher and one of the rare occurrences where Star-Lord and Bishop from Alien are in the same
crossover.
movie. Yeah.
Holy shit, you're right. Get away from her, you bitch.
But yeah, I like immediately it was like, oh, okay. This is referencing.
Yeah. I thought so too, man. Dude, I like this movie.
Yeah, me too.
It very much exceeded my expectations for it. It was a little bit funny. It was a little bit scary.
Yeah,
it was a little
gruesome.
bit possessy. It was a little bit revengey.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say that it truly excelled at any of them.
Right. Yeah,
it's that jack of all trades, master of none,
right?
Kind of thing. Like, it didn't do it as deftly as some other horror comedies did, but it was also, I think, trying to say a bit more than some horror comedies did.
I think so.
I'll give it that. And I'm not even gonna sit here and say I could rewrite this and do it better.
No,
of course I couldn't.
Yeah,
you know, but it was a little bit all over the map. And again, maybe the next time that I watch it, because I will watch it again, I think that I'll enjoy it more, kind of knowing what the tone of the flick is, and probably understand its tone a little bit better. Because the first time that I watched it, it was a little bit like, okay, so what is this exactly?
I can say for sure that's true. That each time I've watched it, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I now that I see it with this tone, it makes a whole lot more sense.
Right. I'm looking forward to watching it again, dude. It very much exceeded my expectations. Acting is great. The little bit of gore that's in there is good. I'm not going to say amazing. Again, the blood drinking scene is really good.
Yeah.
The rest of it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not fantastic. But I like a lot of the messages. Again, I like that the message of codependency and that food chain that I'm talking about, and how there's always somebody above. You know, the person you idolizes somebody else who idolizes somebody else.
100% true.
Which also means, you know what? This just kind of hit me too. In a very positive way. In a very, very, very positive way. That means also that there's somebody that is always below you on the food chain too.
That's true.
If the food chain goes on to infinity, the food chain of I idolize this person, who idolizes this person, who idolizes this person, that means that there actually is no bottom of the food chain. It's infinite, and it's like ultimately everybody's kind of equal, and everybody is always looking up to somebody, and everybody always has somebody looking up to them. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know? So I think this movie portrays that in a very, very, very good way, and has a nuanced depth of female relationships that we don't see. Again, completely passes the Bechdel test for sure.
Yes.
It's good, man.
Yep.
I like this flick. I think if I'm going to toss this thing a 1 to 10, I think I'm going to toss it man, you know what? Sitting down to talk about it, I was thinking like 6. I'm going to actually, now that we've talked about it some, I'm thinking 7.
What?
Which, now that I think about it, means that I'm saying this movie is better than the new Suspiria, which is weird, but I do like it a lot.
They're on a... Okay. Yeah. I
That seems strange to say.
Okay. I would say it's not that strange, because they, on level of enjoyability... Are similar.
Enjoyability, that's the thing.
Are similar.
Again, we're comparing like a perfectly ripe peach to a top sirloin filet mignon or whatever. It's like, which one tastes better? It's like,
both delicious. They're not comparable.
No. Exactly.
Yeah, because like you saying 7 that's exactly what I was thinking. Is that this movie is like, it's good. It's real fun to watch. There's a lot about it that is very laudable and wonderful. The message to it. The way that it can positively affect female viewers.
Yeah.
It's aimed at teenage girls, and I really feel like I would love, if I had a teenage daughter, I would love her to see this. I would want her to see something like this. But it also does, it does struggle a bit with determining whether it's going to be a horror comedy or a horror with comedy.
Or a revenge movie.
Or a revenge movie. Yeah, it struggles a bit with finding its footing as to what genre it is. But being mysterious is not
It's not a bad thing.
not a bad thing. Yeah, being a little bit different is not a bad thing. So I really enjoy this. I think it's a 7. I think I would like Diablo Cody to try her hand at another horror movie. Honestly.
I'd like to see it. Yeah, I would be interested.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd like her to just try it again, see, like, because she obviously showed a lot of talent for it. Now that she's got one under her belt, she's got some more movies under her belt, she's done some more stuff. What would she do now?
Right.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a 7. It's a great movie. I love it.
I dig it, man.
Yep.
Next week on the show, we're going to be talking about Office Killer.
Office Killer. This is a movie neither of us have seen.
I have never seen it. Yeah.
Directed by Cindy Sherman, famous photographer.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
her work is very interesting. So this
Starring
should be cool.
Carol Kane and Molly Ringwald.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I've never seen this, but I'm so excited to watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just knowing the personnel involved, I am definitely highly anticipating watching this
Yeah.
flick. So be sure to tune in next week to find out about it. Now, in the meantime, you guys can rate and review on iTunes. As I mentioned earlier, it makes a huge difference to us. I've seen a couple new reviews pop up recently, but again, it helps us out so much every time you guys post a review. So if you haven't yet, please go on iTunes or your podcast app of choice, give us a good old review, and yeah, we would definitely appreciate that. So please do it to it. Where can they follow us on social media?
At Dirt and Lovely Purr.
Dirt Lovely
Hello. You asked for social media.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it.
But on social media, you can follow us on at Dead Lovely Pod on the Twitter and Instagram. You can email us at deadandlovelypod@gmail.com.
That you can.
And we have a Facebook group, Dead and Lovely Horror Movie something blah blah blue.
You got it.
And also there's Discord. If you want the link to that, you can email us, or it's also posted on the Facebook group.
And we also have that doggone wonderful YouTube channel that you guys can check out.
Check out our videos.
Yeah, and you know, we don't have 1,000 subs yet, so we don't have a dedicated URL.
Yeah.
But if you go to the Instagram page, you can just click the link in the bio, and you'll find our YouTube there. Or just
Yep.
search. I'm sure if you search on YouTube, Dead and Lovely
Yeah, Dead and
Horror,
Lovely.
you'll probably find it. This coming week, we're going to be doing a mini-sode surprise review of Us,
That's right.
which is the new flick from Jordan Peele, which I'm extremely
So
excited
expect that
about.
Friday night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put up a video mini-sode as well as an audio mini-sode for you guys, so be sure to check that out. Well, you guys have been, as always, just so goddamn fucking great and wonderful and delightful. Meanwhile, me and old Hollywood Steve, while we've been Drad and Longley,
That's us.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Booyah!